She's back!
Yay!
And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't do that. Clearly, that's
if
what
only
this
we had super cool special effects or something.
I will fix it in post.
Like a smoke cloud or something, you know, like...
I won't. I don't have the abilities to do that. But I have the abilities to say I've replaced my emotional support Togepi
with an emotional support Tifa.
Yes, very much so. And I'm very happy that you're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Tifa.
Why, thank you.
Tifa! Tifa Station! Hello everybody. Hello Eevee, congrats on being first and second. Nice. Dark Lord, congrats on being
Cheers
third.
to that.
Also very nice. Hello Mortonald. Hello Psycho. Hello everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome back to Tifa, and that means Higurashi.
Also, I want to believe we're not gonna cry immediately in chapter 2. There's no...
I do not know.
There's no flowing tears yet.
I mean, not us, but the... How did you call them? The cascaders might? Sorry, I shouldn't say these things while you're drinking.
That is true. I mean, no one said that we would be crying.
Here we go. I've been holding this in since I see the stream title. So I'm party with his declaration.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Yes?
You do remember how chapter 1 started, right?
Really quick for posterity's sake, because I don't know if it will still be the same title when this goes up on YouTube. Today's stream title is Same Place, Different Time, ? Which, wow, Eevee spoiled it! Tifa, could you please ban Eevee? No. Present time! Okay. Alright.
I believe the stream title was a... coincidence.
No, that was us arguing. No,
I think my stream titles were better.
Me sitting here for 10 minutes trying to find a good stream title because I don't know anything about this chapter other than it's not chapter 1. It's called Watanagashi, but I already know what a Watanagashi is, so that. And then Tifa gave some ideas and I hated them.
As you usually do, yes.
And then I figured, well, it's not gonna be like the first one, right? So we're gonna do something different, and if it's all about the same place, it has to be a different time, and clearly I was wrong. Oh well.
We'll see.
Actually, that's a Serial Experiments Lane reference.
Never seen that.
I'm happy you tell me that. I would not have been able to tell you that. And so tales usually don't lend directly to the content. Yeah, I mean, not always.
Not always.
We try, but...
I want to say usually, yes. Usually we try unless we really don't know.
The thing is, I want to find titles that describe what is about to happen in the game we're playing. And sometimes we do really well with that, and sometimes we don't. So, you know, we can always change it later. What, Tifa and bad ideas?
Impossible. Yes, it is. Because every idea is great. Except when they come from you.
Excuse you?
I missed you.
I can tell. The first anime I ever watched, definitely an interesting choice for 12-year-old me.
Wait,
I still haven't seen it.
Is that one that old? Like, I know the name, I have some images in my head from like pictures I might have seen of it.
I'm having massive deja vu because I think we're having the same conversation every time we talk about that anime.
This one has not been mentioned that often.
Like twice, and every time I look it up because I also I know it's a thing, but I can't, like, it doesn't stick to sides of my brain. And 1998, Mortonard has called it 100 points for you. Oh. Yeah.
That was not in my anime starter pack.
It is a Japanese anime television series. Got Wikipedia open.
Might still at some point watch it.
The manga released in May 1999. The anime, according to Wikipedia, ran from July 6th, 1998 to September 28th, 1998 in Japan. So probably 1999 in the US, if it got localized quickly. Doesn't say when it ran.
Well, no spoilers.
The US.
Might still watch it at some point.
I should rewatch it sometime. Do it, and then you can all bully us into watching it, because
But you only
I don't
watched
think I will, of course.
a video essay on it.
Okay.
On the anime.
Too much of a dunce to understand anything. That happens.
I mean, that's
just happens,
understandable.
Yeah.
It's how I felt most of this week was. So, like...
Not necessarily like this though, because I can tell you that the other day I had a dumb feeling. I thought like, hey, do you remember when you played Zero Time Dilemma and you didn't really understand some things and you thought they were weird? And now that I'm done with the series, I've 100%ed the entire thing together with you. That's a lie, sorry. We were missing 2 achievements on Steam. I actually went back and got those. There were 2 items we didn't pick up that were hints. So if you think about it, when
Zero Time Dilemma?
Yeah.
What items
one
could we
in Zero
pick?
Time Dilemma, 1 in Virtue's Last Reward.
What items could we pick up?
Something with hints.
Oh, okay.
We are so smart, we cleared the games without finding all the clues that were in the games. That's not my point. I went to the Zero Escape series fan wiki, I forgot the URL because I imagine there's more than one. And I looked up some like characters and stuff. Because I was thinking maybe there's more to it. And I found a bunch of things that I don't know how people know them, because I also didn't check the sources. I didn't care that much. Like stuff about the characters from the first 2 games. I read up on Lotus. Apparently there was a bunch of stuff either I missed or that was never explained.
Or just forgot.
Or I just forgotten. I want to say I remember
It's been a while since we played
a lot of it. Yeah, but like I really enjoyed it. And usually my memory is like better when it comes to these things. When
fair enough,
like stays with me. Oh well. So here's to having, or at least wanting to look up additional material for the thing you just watched. Because you feel like you still didn't get it.
And I feel like sometimes things might not be in it, but gets added later by the developers or the writer.
Yeah.
Because then they go like, oh, this person actually has this and this as a background that has never been mentioned.
Yeah. It will be mentioned in the second line on the 3rd paragraph on page 16 of the art book. It's like, cool, I don't have that, but oh well. There's so much stuff to watch, I feel I have to consume condensed essays to keep up with anything.
I can understand that feeling, even though I think watching the essay then, if you haven't seen it yet, also seems like a shame. Because then you're also missing out on the experience, I want to say.
It depends though.
But it depends on what it is, that is true.
I want to say there are certain movies that I'm perfectly fine just reading the synopsis and I'm like, okay, now I know what it's about. I can now understand the pop cultural references. But
even if you know what it's like about, like it's the journey and the seeing it.
Yeah, it's not like the whole thing, but sometimes just knowing what you know after you got the cliff notes is enough.
Like when I was a teenager, I always read the last page of a book first before I started reading the book. I do not do that anymore. But it's like, even if you know how it ends, it's about the getting there.
Yeah, I'm so bad with this, by the way, because I want to know what I want to know. If just reading the last page doesn't help me, I read the last 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah, but you just read through the entire Wikipedia.
Or that sometimes. No, with books.
Like sometimes we're watching a movie and I can see the wiki page open. That's nice.
Yes.
Okay, I already know you're reading up the entire movie now.
If I'm 50-50 on whether I actually want to pay attention to the movie you put on or not, and I've seen nothing so far that helps me inform my opinion, then I get outside help, yes. And then I know whether to just lay on the couch and play video games while a movie is on, or I actually put my phone away and pay attention to the movie. And usually that helps me.
Well,
there is no wrong ways to consume a piece of media, I want to say. As long as you enjoy it, that's the most important part.
That is true, you have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Tifa, clarification. Do you not skip to the end of the book anymore, or do you not read anymore? I still read a lot, I just don't skip to the end of the book anymore.
I can confirm, because today I brought away 2 bags of books that Tifa had bought, read and didn't enjoy to one of those book swap thingies. didn't feel like going through the trouble of selling them or something like that.
We're still in the hurricane cleaning thing going through the house that we started like 2 weeks ago when we mentioned it first on stream, I think. We're still there. And I've also been cleaning up my book closets. Gotta make some space, get rid of some books I didn't like. You cleaned up a little, but...
Excuse you?
Okay. We need to give
We're
Jack...
gonna have a relationship moment here.
We need to give Jack a moment. I came in and the first thing I said, oh, you cleaned up, because there was a lot of junk in front of the bookcase. Like several boxes, some old stuff that had to go in the basement. I'm like, oh, you cleaned up. Thank you. And then I turn around the corner into the living room and it's just been moved to behind the wall. So that's that. But you did vacuum and mop. And I thanked you for that. And it's appreciated. But it's still like a hurricane went through this house. We just have a nicer, shiny floor now.
Okay, here's gonna be toxic boyfriend mode, Jack. Yes, Tifa.
Thank you for cleaning up.
Tifa, I'm sorry I didn't do more while also working from home.
I never said you had to clean up, remember? I said you can even leave it until I'm back.
I'm gonna clip that for myself later.
That.
She said I don't have to clean up.
No, I said that when I left.
I will take that completely out of context because there doesn't need to be a context. And every time Tifa goes, oh, the place is getting to a point where we have to do something about it, you know, you should help me clean up. I will be telling you, wait. You don't have to clean up.
I said that when I left and I did not complain about the state of the house when I came home. I even thanked you for cleaning.
I mopped, I did the laundry. Twice even.
Yeah, if you didn't, you had nothing to wear. It's like a necessity.
You wouldn't. I would be sitting here exactly like this, and Tifa would at very least not wear pants, I think. Anyway, I did really well.
I'm so proud of you.
Given the amount of time I had.
I am so proud of you.
Next time, I will have to go on a business trip. Nothing planned, just saying in a hypothetical. Next time I'm going on a business trip, I'll be taking pictures before and after.
It's fine, I'll move everything under the carpet too. Like you're wondering why the table is touching the ceiling.
Why is the couch under the ceiling?
Exactly. Oh, that was so funny. Like I was like, oh, you cleaned up. Oh, nice, thank you. And then I turned the corner and it's like, oh, there it's all. There it all is.
It's painful. Painful. That's why Mortonard regularly watched the Jenny Nicholson's Star Wars Hotel video essay. Oh, I've heard about that. I have a story about that myself in a moment. I have no interest in theme parks, very little interest in Star Wars, but I did watch all 4 hours explaining why it felt. Absolutely. I get that.
I'm not even going to try.
I get that. If you enjoy that video, one sec, there is...
YouTube.
Yeah, I can't type. I can recommend to you, Mortonard, Defunct Land. D-E-F-U-N-C-T Land. I forgot the guy's name. I feel horrible now. But it's a YouTube channel where they go like deep dive documentary style into things about theme parks, usually things that have already like been taken out of them, so they've gone defunct.
Like that?
Good, you know about them. It's amazing. My problem with all of these kind of things is Kevin Perjurer, that's his name. Thank you, Dark Lord. Thank you. Talks deep about rides from theme parks. Yes, he's amazing. My problem with all of these things is I fall asleep. And that's a positive and a negative. It's a positive because I have trouble falling asleep, and anything that makes me fall asleep is a godsend gift to me. So thank you to all the amazing people that make stuff that I listen to and when I fall asleep, because sleep is necessary. At the same time, I want to say the Star Wars Hotel video essay, I've started it 6 times already. I think I know what the first 10 minutes are about, and after that I just drift off. And
it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it isn't, but it's weird because I want to see it, but the only time I ever like remember to put it on is when I'm about to go to sleep and when I fall asleep with that in the background.
Well, then watch it in bits and pieces.
Yeah, I should do that. Like during work, instead of like listening to music, just put that on in the background and then just listen to it in parts. So I actually, you know, get what it's about and not just be lulled into sleep.
Well, we might be taking a little trip tomorrow. Then watch it then.
Possible, but
that's like a 2-hour training trip.
The video we're talking about in particular is over 4 hours long.
Yeah. Then watch half of it on the way there.
I could do that.
And watch the other half on the way back.
You're so smart.
Wow.
That's why
What did we say about good ideas again? Brilliant.
That's why you also go on business trips and stuff.
Brilliant.
Because you're so much smarter than me. Occasionally.
No, but I gotta say, the trip was much nicer than I thought it would be. Had quite a bit of fun. It was a bit too much socializing for me. Like I was kind of done at the last day.
You met all your new, well, almost all of your new colleagues.
Yeah, and I forgot the names of 3/4 of them.
That's fine, you can look them up.
Which I need to still work on. But also like the city itself. I thought it would be like this industrial, sorry everyone who lives there, industrial shithole. But it turned out to be a really nice city.
If you have to go to a place, especially for like a business trip, and unless you know something about the town or city you need to go to, like even if you Google it, you are never going to get the same impression, in my experience at least, from just seeing pictures of it versus walking the streets yourself.
Yeah, that is true.
Like
I even took Jack along. That's how cute I was.
Yes,
like
Tifa
yesterday,
was adorable. Yes,
I went sightseeing in the city, and I went for like a 2-hour walk, and I walked around with my camera on while in a WhatsApp call, so that Jack could also see the city.
It was adorable, and I had to. I mean, I didn't have to, but I asked Tifa multiple times, "Can you not hold me up that high? Because you're holding me in people's like faces, not for the purpose of me watching the people." But you know, if you want to show somebody something, you have to like do it at like eye level kind of thing.
Oh, it worked.
It did, yeah. Thank you for doing that.
We went sightseeing together.
Makes me think you carry him around in the back like a chihuahua. You couldn't do that with me unless like my legs are broken or something, because I enjoy walking, and the idea of just being carried around all day drives me nuts. Like, why not let me walk?
It sounds kind of exhausting.
Yeah, also for the person carrying me, because I might not look like it on camera, but I ain't a lightweight. I don't think I'm easy to carry. I'm also unwieldy. Yeah.
Wouldn't be my plan.
Yeah. Any fun work or trip stories you have for us?
No,
or was it
nothing.
Just you went there, you worked, you came back?
Basically. We went out for dinner after, drank cocktails.
Oh, fancy.
Yes, it was.
Where's mine?
You can get one tomorrow.
You should have taken one long to go.
Here, wait.
I think there is actually places that
I put some in here for you.
Why did you take a thermos bottle along?
I have some water in it.
I have water in this, which is way easier to drink from.
Yeah, but I still have water in that, so might as well.
Alright.
And then the only exception was yesterday, where we didn't go for dinner because I wanted to go sightseeing.
Fair enough.
So it was an early train again this morning.
Could have been worse. Did I ever have a bad business trip story? Not really. All of them were at most uneventful and at best fun.
Yeah.
We are blessed, Tifa. Nothing bad happening.
Basically.
I have a story about something I did yesterday and this morning before working. So after we finished the main game and tried to play the DLC of Mighty Number 9, I did actually go for the trouble of installing a trainer kind of system to give me infinite health and lives. I still cannot get through the race stages. I want to say I've tried again. I don't know why I'm a glutton for punishment. And I did now get through.
It's the wanting to finish it after all that.
Yeah, I feel like I paid for it, you know? Dumb enough as I was. But that's not the point. I want to say I now, through the power of forcing myself and not enjoying it, and with cheats, I made it through 5 of the 8 levels, but the last 3 I need to do, I cannot. I cannot. They have instant kill things in them, where it doesn't even matter if I cheat. Specifically...
How'd you deactivate that? That you just take damage? How can there be so many cheats and
instant
not one
kill.
like that? Yeah. Isn't there a cheat that does not make that an instant kill?
Nobody ever played the game. There was no interest in anybody going so deep into the guts of a program to try to make something like that happen. I would imagine most people just gave up.
I suppose.
I don't know if I will actually at some point make it through the last 3 stages or if I just give up. Actually, wait.
Let me try the boss.
Wait, I can answer that for you. Yeah, I wasn't
Is it
sure
an
if...
achievement?
No, I wasn't sure if I just hallucinated that, but earlier today during a break when I didn't mop and stuff, I tried again and I got so tilted at the game being bullshit I deinstalled it. So that ends the story of Mighty Number 9.
Oh, now you can't even continue it from there.
I mean, I could install it again, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, but don't you need to then play through it again?
No. The save file is in the cloud, thanks to Steam, which is really nice. F. Yeah, no,
That was that though.
F's for me ever trying to find something redeemable in that game. It's like they tried to make it bad.
But you played it. Now you got your money's worth or something.
Now I know. Now I don't have to rely on everybody else telling me it's bad. Now I know myself.
About speaking of gaming,
about things that are bad. I don't think Tifa expects this, but there's a recap.
Last time.
Tifa, no, not last time. We are today starting chapter 2 of Higurashi. Therefore, Tifa, would you kindly give us a quick, brief recap of everything that happened in Higurashi When They Cried Chapter 1 Onikakushi?
Well, we finished it. That's for sure. I think that's the most important part you need to know of this recap. Yeah, but fine. I also forgot all the names already. Main character Kun died.
Can you start the recap at the beginning and not at the end?
Alright, that's
spoilers.
That's something for you. This is a recap for you.
From what I recall. Sometimes
if you forget something, I'll fill in.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Main character Kun. I mean, you know who she means. Now, for the people that weren't here to watch all of it and haven't played the game, there's no meaning in this. Are they gonna give us a recap in chapter 2? Is that gonna happen? Because that's the only way I'm gonna drop this to put less shame on Tifa.
I have a feeling...
Fuck no. Well, then there is meaning in this for me, for the people who are new, who are just stumbling in today and who are seeing this.
It probably starts in like a whole different bit of story.
No.
But Jack has it in his system, so let's get it out.
I was trying to tell the world that the game starts with us as the players witnessing a murder. I still don't know who it was, like who perpetrated it or who was the victim. Was never made clear during the first chapter, I believe.
But for a general recap, it doesn't matter.
After that, we follow Keiichi Maebara, who sits on a train because after visiting this city, I believe it was Tokyo, with his dad for the funeral of his uncle or something like that, a funeral, moves to Hinamizawa, a town in the Japanese countryside, set in 1980.
May I interrupt you and turn this in a book cover summary?
In Hinamizawa, he starts to get used to now living in the town versus being from the city. He makes fast friends with a bunch of people, among them 4 girls: Reina, Ryugu, Mion, Sonozaki, Satoko, and a 4th girl. Various hijinks, they become friends. He joins the gaming club where they play board games and card games and stuff. When he eventually learns that... I'm sorry, I forgot. Rika Furude. How rude of me to forget that name. Thank you very much, Evie.
Now that I hear the names, I'm like, oh yeah.
Doesn't remember all the names, fake fan. Sorry, I'm not good at this. After making friends with him, he learns that there is weird things happening in Hinamizawa and people have died here. Most importantly, a dismemberment 5 years ago when somebody wanted to build a dam there, but apparently the citizens, the town people, banded together, hacked him to pieces, everybody took a piece and ran off. One of the people who did this still missing. And ever since that time, every year on the night of the Watanagashi, a festival where they burn a food horn to release the evil spirits and make them go away, somebody dies and somebody else disappears. Yes. There's also talk of an oyashiro-sama, the guardian deity of Hinamizawa, who punishes spirits away people. It's not really explained why, but it appears to be people that are from the outside and or aren't happy with what is happening in Hinamizawa.
From the outside or who leave the city.
Exactly. So basically once you're there, if you're born where you're safe, just don't leave. And if you come there because you're from somewhere else, fuck you too. One of our friends, Tomitake, ends up dying in a very gruesome way. Apparently suicide, but also kind of not really from what we learned. He tore out his own throat in a very gruesome way. And his girlfriend disappeared. Then Keiichi tries to look deeper into this, learns that apparently the girls that he's friends with are connected to this. We learn that Mion and Reina have some sort of issues where they turn into complete monsters, like at the... I forgot the words. I had a really good line on that. They just turn like that from one second to the other.
They completely change personality, become creepy, start trying to kill us,
Mion
manipulate
being
us.
super aggressive and murdery, and Reina being
exactly
also
the
really
same.
creepy, but there's apparently some history that we don't really know yet about. It ends with Keiichi apparently being drugged by both of them, and then smashing them to bits with a bat and running away from the townspeople when he calls the police guy, ooishi-san, to tell him that something is happening, and then he dies. And that's the end of chapter 1. And we
Don't know
basically nothing.
But we do know that it's all like a story or a play,
It's all
because
connected.
after that we had everyone going through the scripts and the story and talk about their theories on what happened.
Yes.
So we all know they're alive and well.
The allegedly
Happy
non-canon after game credit scene is all the people from the chapter coming together, like just an after party, like a rap party, like they're actors on a movie set, which I enjoyed. And they also helped nothing in terms of trying to understand why things are happening.
I mean, no,
Or what
I don't want to
exactly is
throw
it?
in spoilers there. There's just a lot of talking about it.
He smashed what kind of visual novel is this?
It's
It's one of those visual novels.
16 PG one.
Yes. Smashed them to bits. Yes, they were lifeless. It's implied that they're dead. It's strongly implied that they're dead.
Black and blue. And they were killed.
Lifeless and
We know they were killed.
in distorted positions. So
The
very
whole
likely
end
to be
bit
dead.
was even that he was a murder suspect.
Yeah.
Then it's been confirmed that they're dead.
Or maybe somebody faked the police report. What is true and what isn't? Maybe we'll find out. The after party is good for study questions, answers are for later. Yes, so when I bought chapter 2 a few days ago and reinstalled 7th mod, because why else, or how else would you play this? Apparently, from what I understand, I don't know what this means, I'm just repeating words I've seen.
So what does the mod do again if we don't do the voices?
it makes it look prettier and changes the music.
Right.
And we've done it with the first one, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Apparently, Tifa, the first 7 chapters are question arcs, and only the 8th one is the answers arc. As I think people have even pointed out that we don't really get answers until the very end. The mod adds name tags to the dialogue as well, so you know who's talking. Oh, that's not in the original game?
Oh, that is definitely helpful, yeah.
That very much is a quality of life feature I don't want to miss.
So we'll keep getting that.
Alright.
Well, the thing is, I'm guessing it's gonna be like several story bits that are all gonna connect. In every chapter, like a different story.
Something like that. Or a different focus at least. Oh wait, the structure is the first 4 questions and the last 4 answers. Thank you for fact-checking me and correcting me.
Well, there's one way.
Yeah.
One way to find out.
Mod also adds a censor slider to lean into the original script for the console script.
What does that mean?
Oh yeah. Hello King Fossil, first of all. Happy Friday. I had to think for a second.
What day it is.
How are you doing? Yes, I have set everything up again to the default settings. The only thing I didn't remember is if we watched the opening video, because it might contain minor spoilers.
I wanted to, but everyone voted against it, including you, so we didn't.
Okay, so we'll have to press no in a moment. Don't watch.
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't see the first one either.
Yeah. Everything else is the recommended default settings, so it should, if I didn't make an oopsie daisy, it should be like chapter 1 when we played it.
Okay. Oh, we could have watched the intro of the first chapter. Remind me when we finish chapter 2 to watch the intro.
No, I don't know if the video opening contains spoilers for the entirety of Higurashi or just that one chapter. It doesn't state that, it just says might contain minor spoilers.
Do they make different intros per chapter?
I do not know.
If it's one intro, then it could be. If it's different intros, I want to say they...
I do not know.
Well,
if any of you do, please let us know.
It's gonna be a while before we're at the end anyway.
Yes. It's one intro as far as I know.
Okay.
So you can't watch it until way later.
then we're fully skipping for now.
Wouldn't recommend. Thank you very much. Tifa, are you ready to Hebrew some Russies?
I'm ready.
Also, one last thing, because I really wanted to put that into the stream title, but I couldn't find a good one, and it still needs work to be like snappy. But everybody always says Watanagashi, but nobody ever goes Watanagashi. Like I said, I think there's something there, and I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to ever think of this. But it needs more work. So I just want to put this out there, you know, share it with a group. So if you can think of a great way to make a comedic bit out of it, there you go.
Watanagashi or Watanagashi can be the stream title for Sunday.
It's too long.
Oh, suddenly you have a problem with long titles? Like you go to the maximum if you can. This fits.
No, Tifa, the problem is the character limit.
Well, then Sunday is Huanagashi. And then next week we'll have Waranagashi.
I doubt it. Are you accepting constructive criticism? Yes, I do. I'm in an emotional state where I do want to hear constructive feedback.
I still need to make...
It's very sweet to ask.
Make signs.
It's very nice. Yes, you do actually. I just get like a tablet where you just flip through them and hold them up.
Oh, you know, one of those old things you had as a kid, where you could draw on it with like this pencil, and things would like it's not ink, but the pixels would like bleed through, and then you could like wipe it away. What were those things called?
We call those Zaubertafel in German.
Yeah, like the pre-tablet.
A magical slate.
Like you could draw like entire things on it just with pressing with a pen on it.
And then you go.
And then you go like blip blip.
Like either you had like a knob to turn, or you shook them.
No, I had like a slider.
I had one to shake, I think.
I had a slider that you went like blip blip, and then it was.
Oh no, true. There were two knobs. One was to go left and right. One was to go up and down. So you had to like. I know this looks really weird, and I regret that. How about destructive criticism?
No, deconstructive.
I'll take destructive too. I'll also take deconstructive as long as it's funny.
I didn't see the destructive.
I'll take either as long as it makes me laugh. Make me laugh, no. Tifa, are you ready to play the game?
I'm ready.
I already shot my shot earlier and I didn't press a button. Click. Video might contain minor spoilers. Disable opening. No spoilers here.
There we go.
There is no sound in this.
I unplugged it.
There should be sound.
No.
No. Oh, I also forgot to do one other setting because I couldn't get to the screen without going past the do you want to watch a video thing. So
why didn't you just go past that?
Because I didn't remember if we watched it last time.
Oh, okay, sure.
And I already made that mistake once, and when I learned I have to like delete the entire save file for this.
Yeah, I mean true. But
to get back to that screen.
Castle Crushers was a bit Castle Crushers. Battle Block Theater was a bit different because we actually played or test played a bit.
Constructive. I can tell you worked really hard on that joke, Jack, but I think we should workshop it a bit more next time. Yes! Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Meanwhile, we have a new title screen.
This was just the start of like a brainstorm kind of thing. It's like the kickoff.
Yeah. I invite everybody in to have a short brainstorming session. This doesn't load from the previous game, no? Right.
No. Well, it's considered a new game.
Ooh, a twirl.
Ooh, torture chamber background.
That
I like this.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, same.
I don't know what I expected.
This feels like a big step.
Okay, before I go into this, destructive, you fucking imbecile. That's the best you could do. You are a blight on this earth. Mommy, is that you?
Take your pick.
I'll take the constructive one. I'm really happy that you gave us 2 flavors to choose from.
I do know, like a 6 out of 10 is not too bad still though.
Yeah.
So I would also say constructive. Like we can make it a 7 next time.
So I'll aim for 6.9. That would be a nice score. Watanagashi, the most possibilities. Cotton drifting chapter. How was your taste of life in Hinamizawa? A curse or conspiracy? I believe you have fully enjoyed everything and everyone seeming suspicious. Here at last. It is no surprise attack, but a real direct incident. Please enjoy it. The difficulty is lower than Onikakushi, but extremely vicious.
You know the worst thing?
There was a difficulty?
Maybe in the guessing and stuff. Or in the mysteries. Like I sort of remember the picture I sent to you at the station before I left? Where I went like, I think someone died here. Oh yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking of now.
To describe it, Tifa, I don't even know what kind of store this was, but like this little like pre-room.
It was a bank.
Like a bank?
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, so before you actually go into the bank proper, that was little like extra room in front of it. And that's the thing here, I imagine it's a thing everywhere. Homeless people looking for shelter sometimes take up shelter in these little rooms. They don't bother anybody, they don't want to be bothered, they just need a place to sleep because, you know, human beings. But they had like this white tarp over them. So if you walk past that and you see people covered in tarp...
This guy was laying on his back in front of the like 2 machines. And that thing was covering his entire body, like including the head, like this white bed sheet sort of thing.
Which makes sense.
One hand was like sticking out of it, laying like this. And it kind of looked like a body was covered there.
Yeah, like a crime scene.
So I'm like, did someone die here? And then the dude next to him, they were lying next to each other. He was like completely beaten up, but he also had this thing on him. He was just half covered. And I was like, okay. He's moving. Then the other guy moved, and I'm like, okay, we're good.
There's a person covered in a tarp, but they're breathing. Okay, I can go about my business now. That kind of thing. I don't like this background.
I think this gives a lot of possibilities. The most, even, I would say.
deconstructive. What does it even mean to do a good job? Does doing a good job bring you joy? Does it make you a better person? Does it bring me joy? Yes. Does it make me a better person? Not necessarily.
Not even necessarily bring joy, but if you don't, it brings not joy, which is worse.
That's how I go about my attempt at jokes, yes. Basically. That's a fair statement. Remember, the game is finding out what's going on. Yeah, but I didn't expect a whole, like, death dungeon kind of thing.
This one might just be easier to find out what's going on.
I don't know what I expected, to be fair.
Same. I had no expectation, really. Or guess. I thought we would just continue the story, but then the after party kind of ruined that, because the main character who died...
Don't king shame the game.
...was reading the script for chapter 2, which means he is still in it, I want to say.
No.
So I also didn't expect a full continuation.
If your king involves killing students, then yes, I will king shame you. I can tell you that much.
Well, start the game.
I was waiting for the sound to pick up. Oh, that creepy laugh. To see how or whether I need to make it louder. I will not quench your thirst, for you seek the truth and could not accept that. I will not quench your thirst, for the truth you desire does not exist, but I still want to quench your thirst, for I am the one who cast you into the desert.
Frederica Berncastle.
This is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to... Wait first. AD 1983, the early summer of the 58-year of the Showa era. Alright.
I'm gonna assume different story, same characters.
We will see. Wait, was chapter 1 set in 87 or in 83?
I don't remember the year.
I want to say 87 for some reason.
Which year was this?
83. Also 83. Okay.
Okay, so same year.
We're at an impasse. Question. Because right now there is no like way of knowing who this is. Should Tifa or should I voice the narration here? You might just get a chance at being a main character, Tifa.
I'm gonna assume it's you.
I have a feeling too. Press A. I would, but I need to know who needs to read the line. I'm sorry, I'm unprepared. I can't Google this kind of stuff.
I'm gonna assume it's you, otherwise we'll swap.
Alright. The chirping of birds served as my alarm clock.
Hey, deja vu.
Huh?
The clock still doesn't have hands.
Wasn't today Sunday? Wasn't it basically my style to stay up late on Saturday and sleep through the morning on Sunday? Why was I waking up at this disgustingly wholesome hour? Back to sleep, back to sleep.
Keiichi, are you awake?
Wait, when is this set?
We're in the second line. Remember when you made fun of me when we watch movies and after like 5 minutes I go like, who's that, when they introduce a new character?
Yes, but
we're in 2 lines and you already wonder about
yes, it. Yes, Tifa, but they're not introducing new characters.
Do you see this?
They are introducing characters we've already seen, one of which is dead.
It's a new story. It's exactly the same. It's like I said, it's going to be a completely new story. It's not a continuation, and that's basically what's currently going on. You like it? What does it mean? I'm telling you, it's
trying
exactly
to place this
the
on
same.
The timeline.
Exactly the same.
Because I thought in chapter 1 we follow Keiichi from the beginning of him having moved to Hinamizawa. Oh well. Take it away, get me into it, please.
Are you awake again? How many times do I need to ask?
You want to read the second part of the line that just appeared? You know,
You have a phone call.
Keiichi's mom is in a really good mood. You have a phone call.
Pick up the damn phone.
Press Keiichi. At that moment, the sound of my mother calling me from downstairs finally registered. Phone call. I sprang up out of bed abruptly and stampeded noisily down the stairs.
There's a phone right there. The landlines are all connected.
There is no escape. Tifa, the backgrounds are just there to give you a general image.
It's still frustrating.
You're frustrated.
Like, I can imagine they didn't put hands on the clock. That's one thing, because then they would need to move it for every frame. But they're still...
It's not a party line.
And every landline back then was a party line.
You're a party line. No.
He's awake. I'll put him on right now.
My mother informed the person on the other end of the line. Hello? It's me. Who might this be?
I forgot. Morning, Keiichi. That's the...
Wait,
double.
you did the creepy laugh.
Yeah, she's the double one, right? Morning, Keiichi-kun. You're such a sleepyhead. Such a sleepyhead.
I was thinking like the double one.
Yeah, the repeating.
Yes.
Repeating one.
It's a wholesome and adorable quirk.
I need to get into the characters again.
Oh, Reina, what's up? Calling so early in the morning.
I don't think it's so early. It's the middle of the day, you know.
It was 11 o'clock. I guess you could loosely consider that the middle of the day. So, what's up?
Hold on a second. I'll put Michan on now. Oh, hiya, Kei-chan. If I were to say it in English, that'd be good morning.
Oh, hayo means good morning? I always thought it's hi. She's Johnny 2 times who says things 2 times. Yes, that one. I thought you said the dumb one.
No.
No, she didn't. Hi is konnichiwa. Oh yeah, fair enough. While we're at it, why don't you try saying it in Chinese, German and Russian as well? Chinese is
ni hao?
Ni hao.
No, ni hao is just hi. It's not good morning specifically.
Oh yeah, crap.
I don't know good morning
I was still
in
thinking
Chinese.
hi from the konnichiwa. Yeah, I don't know good morning in Chinese. German, guten Morgen, or now you would rather say guten Tag. Or if you're cool, or you're from like the northern part of the country, moin, you say that at
Moin
any
you can
point.
say at any time. But depending on the region, it's also only good morning.
Yeah. Gluten Morgen. Unless you have celiac disease. And Russian, I don't know.
I have no clue in Russian. Oh,
There! Look! She's doing it wrong, just like me.
we're going for the general hi. It's okay. Ni hao, Kei-chan. Guten Morgen, Kei-chan. Russian? Do svidanya? How the hell should I know? Oh, she knows more Russian than I
Only
do.
you pressed A. That's not how we play. I've heard of Dos Vidania before.
Also, I saw a meme in about learning Polish, and they have 15 ways to say the number 2.
But why?
I do not know, but then I was like, yeah.
I feel like there's more context.
There probably is. Apparently, in the Eastern European languages, what do you call them? Slavic languages?
I don't know. Possibly.
I forgot what the
Eastern European languages?
Yeah, that. They change the number or how you say the number based on like the unit or the context. So if you say I have 2 buckets or I eat 2 breads or I have 2 children, it changes the word.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I will never learn Polish.
Thank you for that warning. I also couldn't wrap my head around that. Dos vidania means goodbye. Close enough.
Well, she did say she didn't know.
Well, whatever. This stupid conversation is woken me up.
That's good to hear. So, Kei-chan, you're free right now. If you're good, then we've got everybody.
Everybody? Do you mean all the club members?
That's right. You might be thinking, every day always ends in heated competition, but at least I can spend my day off peacefully. You're too naive, Kei-chan.
Yeah. The aim of our club is to find the best solution for every situation. In other words, we don't care if it's a weekend.
Oh, it looks like Kei-chan has come to understand our club. So, how about it, Keiko?
I had absolutely nothing planned that day. If I were to refuse Club President Mion's invitation, what other fun ways to pass the time would I have? It's not like I planned on doing anything. And if I said no, you'd probably just declare me the loser by default and force a penalty game on me anyways.
If you understand that much, then you can't refuse, right? If you're okay with it, then meet at the usual place at 1 o'clock. We're going into town, so bring your bike, okay?
Club activities in town? Well, we could do them anywhere. Besides, since it was a new venue, there was no way this wasn't going to be intense.
I'm holding a pretty big grudge from that narrow loss a couple days ago. I'll say it right now, I'm not going to lose.
A couple of days ago was Friday's club activities. That uncompromising poker match. It was a fight to the death. Nobody held back. Nobody could tell who was in the lead or who was last until all the points were tallied. In the end, I won by only 1 chip. Mion came in second.
We have not played poker in the first chapter, have we?
No. Okay, so chapter 2 is set
somewhere in the middle right now.
At the very least, well, at the same time as chapter 1, in between the parts we've seen in chapter 1. That confuses me.
Not confirmed yet. But they don't need to do the whole introduction thing and hey, we have a club and do you want to join? Because you already know that.
Yeah. I don't think people accidentally played chapter 2 before chapter 1.
So they just now start... I still don't think it's going to be a continuation of 1. It's just the same setting every single time. But I think the story is going to be completely different. But it's like somewhere in the middle before things go bad.
That's confusing me and I don't know what that means, but yes. Good morning is... I don't speak Japanese, Chinese.
Zhaoan?
I think it's Zhaoan.
Oh, the Zhao
I do not know.
Sense, yeah.
I do not know, but it sounds more Chinese to me. As a person who doesn't speak Chinese. Good morning is Dobroye Utro in Russian. I also don't speak Russian.
You said it like a pro.
I can now play a Russian in a movie, yes.
Damn it! To think if I hadn't squandered that 1 chip.
Mion lamented thus, perhaps more so than that. Mion lamented thus, perhaps more so that than the fact she lost the match. Mion doesn't lose. That's why Mion only whined when she let the champion's throne slip through her fingers. That's why she was more frustrated than anybody else over a loss. So, did she mean for today to be a grudge match? Bring it on! Just like last time, I'll shut you down and make you play that penalty game. Make sure you play in a way that you won't regret it when you lose.
Wouldn't have it any other way. It will make it all the more better when I crush you.
After that, we exchanged jeers for a bit before hanging up the phone. As I headed back upstairs hastily to get the key to my bike, I bumped into my mother as she was carrying a futon down.
Oh, Keiichi, you seem like you're in a good mood. Heading out?
Wait, if she's carrying the futon down, is this the morning of the Watanagashi?
No, like it's only one specific futon they slice into, and that one is then burned by the villagers. Not every villager brings their own futon.
I also still have questions about that. Do they have like a competition who has the best to use futon? And if so, what's the criteria? Do they take...
Who had the worst luck this year?
Is it a competition of who suffered the most throughout the year? Because that would be messed up. Or is it the smelliest futon, which disgusting?
Quite sure they just stack them in the shrine.
Is it the most disgusting looking futon, which again, disgusting? How do you choose which one to burn? Like who has the smelly jack? I'm sorry, you cannot tell me there is a celebration of my brains. But I think it's a perfectly valid thought. You cannot tell me there is a thing about slicing up and burning a futon with all of this backstory, and then how do they choose the futon? Like, there is
Only
so
you
much...
wonder about that.
Well, so you were thinking that they specifically made a ritualistic futon to be used for this.
Yeah.
It kind of seems to defeat the purpose of burning away the negative.
It's about the story behind it. It's about the thought.
Guess we
and
have to
all
wait
of
for
that.
Watanagashi to find out. Fine, I'll press a button, man.
And maybe one of the people who live in the shrine sleep on it through the entire winter and then gets a new one so that they can use that.
Is the Watanagashi secretly sponsored by the local futon salespeople?
If every villager had to burn his futon though, you would be rich if you just put a futon store. And you only have to open... Let's go for twice a year, just in case someone needs one in between.
Yeah.
Like on the day of the Watanagashi, or maybe like the day before you open, so that people can already get their new mattress.
I would open for 2 weeks, the week leading up to it, the week after the Watanagashi, and other than that, only by appointment.
Yeah,
in case people
that
move
makes
here.
sense. That makes sense.
And I would be
This morning.
the richest person in the area. Because
One
I
day.
sell all the futons.
1 day of sales, whole year off.
Yeah.
That
Sounds like my dream for retirement. Just work like 6 days a year and that's it.
That would be the life.
Something like that. I'm going into town to play with everybody.
Take care. Watch out for traffic. Yeah, don't get hit by white vans.
That line hits a bit different after the ending of chapter 1.
Be back before dinner.
Yeah, I'll be back by then. After unlocking the chain from my bike in the garage, I reveled a bit in the resistance the slightly stiff pedal gave as I pushed on it. Alright, let's go. I set off on my bike, cutting through the refreshing morning air.
Keiichi-kun! You're late!
Nah, sorry to keep you waiting. Where's Satoko and Rika-chan?
Rather than meeting up with them here, it's a lot quicker to just meet up in town.
No, I see. If I remember correctly, Satoko and Rika-chan's houses were on the other side past the school. Oh yeah, what's up with doing club activities in town? Can't be that everybody's going to put on masks and rob banks all day, is it?
Banks. How many do you think they have here?
Well, the futon salespeople need multiple vaults for their riches. Because, ka-ching!
I wouldn't mind doing that.
It's such a Tifa line.
Even then, I wouldn't lose to you. You see, Mi-chan always tells me the routes and schedules of the armored bank cars. I wonder why.
What? I spun around with a serious look on my face and looked at Mion. Well, it certainly seemed possible that Mion was capable of doing that. Seriously, Tifa? Sorry. Seriously, Mion?
I do have one. Actually, I can save that for next time.
Are you sure you want to say this without a legal guidance present?
No, like you asked, did anything like funny or interesting happen during the work trip?
Talking about robbing banks.
No, I did drop a cannibalism line. And then the conversation went on. We were talking about... You remember the spider movie when we watched Silence of the Lamb?
The spider movie, what?
The spider moment.
Does Jack remember that there was
The
a
spider
huge
moment.
spider suddenly popping up in front of the TV while we're watching...
Yeah, and we first thought it was part of
Silence
the movie.
Lambs
It
while
turned
we
out
were
not to be.
on a vacation last time, yes.
And then we were talking, I was telling that story while we were on the discussion of spiders for some reason. Because I kept having spiders on my arm that I had to blow off during dinner. We were sitting outside. And then I was like, oh, I've never seen this movie. And they were like, what, you never seen it? And I was like, yeah, funnily enough. And then we were talking a bit about Hannibal Lecter. And I was like, I do find cannibalism interesting. So it's a surprise I've never actually watched it. Then we continued like the conversation. And then like...
They let that slide.
They let it slide until like 1 minute later. There was like this moment like in here where one of my colleagues went like, what? Did you just say you find cannibalism
interesting? It took them a whole like 60 to 90 seconds to realize what she had said. That's the power of Tifa.
that was the best part actually. Nothing big. I just had to think of it now.
Exclamation mark cannibalism. Is that an actual command? I'm unsure. Let me double check.
I'm surprised. We don't have a command for that actually.
It isn't. To be fair, normal people need a minute to process that. Yes. Yes, that is that fair statement. Very fair.
It was just really funny how we all kind of moved past it. I was like, oh, okay, nice. I was like, oh, wait. Anyway.
And then they all got up and left you, and when you were alone, finishing your food and drink, and then you paid and left.
No, we still went for cocktails after.
They tried to get more information out of you.
We didn't really discuss the topic much further.
Thank you, Tifa. Thank you for trying to be, well, presenting yourself as normal.
I tried very hard to fit in. I kept all of my interests, the odd ones, to a minimum.
So that you can share them with the rest of us. Thank you very much.
Because I know you guys have the same interest as me.
Not hard enough. you can't change who you are at your core, you know. Sometimes it like slips out. So,
basically.
Thank you, Dark Lord. Thank you for never letting Tifa live that one down. The story is set in Hinamizawa.
It was a slip of the tongue. Rena! What are you saying? I can't do the soft.
Just do a normal laugh. Please, don't do the creepy one, please.
No, that's too loud already.
It's fine.
And then it's like, ha 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 ha. Sorry, Mi-chan. Sorry.
Just laugh.
I can't. I can't.
Tifa has become so German, I cannot laugh. There's nothing funny in life anymore.
Is this serious? I can't even do a fake German accent.
Yeah.
Ja.
Yeah.
Hans.
You must work for it. Sorry, people. The two of them joked around. That bright laughter was the best match for a beautiful day like today. Hey, you two. Satoko and Rika-chan are waiting for us, aren't they? Let's stop fooling around and get going. Around and around, fooling about like two fluttering butterflies. I honestly wished I could just keep watching them like this. But the five of us together would be absolutely more fun.
That's right. Well then, let's go.
The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Once we split the loot, everybody scram.
Yeah! Yeah! And now like sing that together.
The three of us on our bikes headed over the gently sloping hill towards town. Accelerating hard, we crested the hill.
New frame.
Yep.
New frame again.
The view expanded as Okinomiya Station came into sight. I occasionally come to the station here. Considering the amount of effort it takes to get here though, it was quite a hassle. That's why I didn't know much about the area around the station, or Okinomiya itself for that matter.
That's gonna be an important thing to remember.
Don't worry, Keiichi, that changes later. The street we were headed down today was of course unfamiliar to me as well. Going through the railway crossing, we headed past the south end of the station. This is the first time I've been this way.
Around here, there's lots of things like arcades and toy stores. Mi-chan knows a lot about it. So why do we never come here?
So there's an arcade. I used to go to one pretty often. My gamer's blood roils within me.
Always going to an arcade? Kei-chan, you're quite a delinquent. Next time we're here, I'll show you where it is. It's a good one. There's quite a few machines. How come we've never been there then?
Because usually he doesn't go past there because it's a hassle to get there, like I just told you.
Yeah, but why have they not gone like, oh, let's go to the arcade?
Probably because it costs a bunch of money.
But she's rich, remember?
Yeah, but if you suddenly pay for 5 people...
She has these side hustles going on.
Yes, but if you suddenly have to pay for 5 people... You know, if you take one wealthy person and you split their money by 5 people, suddenly that's 1/5. It's just how math works.
Also, back then this was like, what, 10 cents for a game?
I have no idea.
Because in my time when I went to arcade...
In my time!
It was a quarter.
Yeah, something like that.
Like at most.
The good old days. It seemed like the town of Okinomiya was Mion's stomping grounds. If I asked her, she could tell me a lot of things about it. Eventually we came across a store with quite a few bikes parked in front of it. Was this the arcade? No, it was a smaller shop. Looking at the window display, it seemed like our everyday toy shop. But for almost 10 kids to be filing in and out of a store, they were doing almost too well for themselves. Could it be that store's having some sort of event today?
Exactly. Top price is 50,000 yen.
50,000? What the heck is that? That's the GNP of the People's Republic of Keiichi 5 times over.
Wait, how much is 50,000 yen?
I wanna say 400 bucks.
50,000 yen. 293 euros.
Yeah, but in current money.
Yeah, okay.
You have to adjust for inflation.
Fair enough.
Quite a bit of cash for a teenager. 2 cute figures messing about in front of a store noticed us and waved their hands. Oh, he called Satoko cute. Oh god, it's Satoko. Tifa can't handle the cuteness.
Hello everybody. We've been waiting for you. Good morning.
Side note, because I missed her doing this voice so much. Satoko is Tifa's normal speaking voice when we're not on stream. It's not, but imagine though for a moment.
I can try a day like that.
Do that at work, please. Hello everybody.
You know I would, but I prefer to do it at home.
Yeah, I get it. Hey! Morning, Rika-chan. Satoko will settle this before the cops get here. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. How to get fired in 5 minutes.
Nah, that's the last thing I would get fired for.
Just tell them you have a speech impediment and therefore if they have a problem with that, they can get into trouble for that.
I think they would get really annoyed real fast though.
Yes. Anyway, the goal is to plunder 1 billion.
Huh? Keiichi-san, I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
Can you read Dark Lord's message in your Satoko voice?
The sign reads Da Vinci. What's with Da Vinci?
I think it's supposed to be Da Vinci.
Wait, where's the sign?
I took it as going into the you speaking like this and also mispronouncing things. To fully go with a shtick.
Oh.
You're thinking too much into it.
No, I thought there was a sign on the screen that I missed.
Is she right? Does this... No, the Japanese sign. Oh, okay, so Tifa had it right. Okay.
Wait, what did I have right?
You were right, I was wrong.
I mean, that's 99.9% of the case, you know, but...
The place is called Da Vinci, yes. Let's carry on. Tifa is wholly confused and it's not gonna get better.
Are we late? Did we keep you two waiting? We finished early today, so we've been waiting a while.
Finishing what?
I'm sorry about that. Kei-chan here was taking his sweet time.
Also true.
Hey, but to be fair, we woke up at 11.
Yeah.
We were on the phone immediately, and then she was like, oh, let's meet at 1, so 2 hours later. So it's not on us. Could have gone like, oh, let's meet at 12:30. Or 12, and then we would have been here.
How long of a time frame is a polite time frame when you ask somebody to go somewhere with you on the spot?
Well, she didn't know we just woke up.
No, but fair enough, but I think 2 hours is a lot of time.
In times like this? Or like kids asking each other out? 10 minutes. You never called a friend and go like, hey, let's meet up. Okay, now.
No. I never... German law.
We both walk out at the same time and then we see where we meet each other on the way.
German law. Back when I had people from school over, the question wasn't, do you want to go meet after school? Do you want to come to my place? The line in German was, hast du Zeit? Do you have time? But said in a youthful, bashful manner and very short. Eventually it just got shortened into Zeit, as in time.
Time?
Not
Time?
right now, sorry, I'm busy.
That's a very long reply for time.
That makes it very clear that I really don't want to spend it with you. As a reply to that question, not in actuality.
Well, if it was Keiichi's fault, it couldn't be helped.
Saying that, Rika-chan stretched up and began patting Mion's head. Hey, wait a minute. Are you solving everything by making me the bad guy? That's a valid strategy.
Of course. Who else but Keiichi-san could fill this important role?
I don't like being cast like that. If you think that this will solve everything, you're sorely mistaken. I was feeling slightly irritated, so I began to repeatedly smack Satoko on the head. Why? Smack, 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 smack.
Keiichi-san hit me! It's such a shame that Keiichi's bullying you.
That really sucks for you.
Oh, Satoko's crying. She's crying.
So cute.
I'm taking her home. Your big sis here will take care of the bad guy, okay? Okay? No?
Wham! Reina ecstatically wiped the tears, which were probably fake, from Satoko's face while Rika-chan gently patted mine as I lay sprawled on the ground.
Reina uppercut!
Yes, this is fine. Yep. This is where things are supposed to be solved. Reina low-key enabling the bullying so she can kidnap her. I mean, you gotta feed into your own feelings as well, you know. Sometimes you gotta be selfish.
It's the best way. Although I think we should find a new punchline before you start losing teeth.
Well then, upsy daisy. In any case, the greeting for today went well. Yeah. Oh, the teddy bear on the top left looks so cute. I wish we could see more of a penguin in the top leftist part, like right there, because it looks like it could be like really chunky in a very cute way.
Wait, let's see
What
if
do you
there's...
spy, Tifa?
Nothing, but let's see if there's anything...
The purple elephant on the middle shelf,
like hidden in here.
left part of the screen.
What does purple elephant stand for again? But no, that's...
What? I don't know.
Isn't a purple elephant a euphemism for something? I thought
Maybe
that's
in
what
the
you-
Netherlands.
I thought that's
but
what you were going for. Or was it
No.
a pink elephant? Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything odd hidden in this store.
it's a cute little toy shop. It makes me nostalgic.
No, that's true.
Inside the toy shop, there were about 10 boys around the same age as me.
Especially seeing the jars with candy, a hula hoop.
Yeah, that's very 80s, early 90s. Apparently, they all knew Mion, and finding out that she had arrived, they greeted her with jeers a few at a time.
Well, this is probably where she buys some of her games too.
Yeah. No issue with a telephone this time?
No,
Don't trigger her, please.
I was even thinking that the telephone has a cable, but I was like, I'm not gonna say it. Like, I already thought it in my mind, because it is, the horn is attached to a cable, and in the back of the phone there's actually a cable that connects it to the wall.
Tifa, you have issues. You care way too much.
Like, if you make all of this, then the least you can do is add a cable to the phone. Like, we all know it has a cable.
Do you see what you did, Psycho?
And, oh, the original background. Good thing that you mentioned that. Go swap to the different thing. I forgot what the...
But that's for this.
Oh, shame, it's only the character. In my mind, I thought the background would change, so...
I don't think I can without restarting the game.
Okay. And besides, the best thing about these phones was playing with the wire while you had someone on the phone. Like, you put your finger through it and you like...
Can you make
twirly
that
thing
hand motion again? Because...
Yeah? Well, if you have like the cable, you like try to mash your finger through... Oh, never mind. Try to like mash your finger through the wires, and then you play with it and you like fold it, and you make shapes out of it. Anyway. I'm done. I'm done with the cable.
Thank you, King Fossil, for trying to make this a serious conversation, but clearly... Don't talk to Tifa about phones, people. I don't know why she is like this. I don't know why phones are triggering her so much. I'm with Evie on this one. I want to cry. Well, it is Higurashi, so...
That is true. During this game, you're allowed.
Most of the backgrounds were originally stock images with just blur on it.
Oh, for real? I mean, makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes it a bit more budget. Nowadays, if you want to do it, it would be easiest to AI generate it, I guess.
Probably, yeah. And then you have all the toys like bleeding into each other.
If you can't make it yourself.
Yes, Rena?
Michan is a regular at this toy shop, so she has lots of friends.
A regular at a toy shop? What's up with that?
Hey, Keiichi-san, take a look back there.
Following Satoko's prompting, I took a look. There were chairs lined up at tables, almost like some sort of birthday party. I realized it immediately. It couldn't be. This is the venue for today's club activities?
Surprised, Keiichi?
Here, I stop you from... Imagine bringing water for your significant other to drink during a stream and then they do this.
Alright, fine.
Put the... No, stop, no. Close that bottle first.
Right.
Speaking from experience. Tifa is really thirsty for some reason. Close that properly. That lid is not closed.
Yeah, but then I need to open it again later.
Never to the side.
Besides, I had like this... I actually had a coffee before stream, not a tea. I had like this after coffee flavor.
I don't have a problem with Tifa drinking things during stream. I have a problem with her putting things over on the side because sometimes she moves and it has already happened. Like, has happened to me, it's happened to her.
I wasn't even going to say it. I wasn't going to, but now you opened like this can. In my absence, while we were on the phone, I heard something fall. Jack dropped the microphones.
Microphone.
And it wasn't me.
Mine, yes.
And it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you always complain like, oh, only you do this.
You know the difference between us, Tifa? I drop things, they don't break. You exist.
I'm snitching on you.
You exist and things around you begin to deteriorate. Dark Lord, please enjoy your drink. Is there a German equivalent for can of worms? I don't think so, actually. Psycho, if you're around, is there one? I don't think so. Nah.
I
Not really.
can't think of it either.
No. But Mion is friends with the owner.
He sometimes lets me hold game tournaments to expand his customer base.
Oh, smart. Expand his customer base. I see. Meaning all the boys living up the place were participants.
That's right. Normally it's just us 5, but today we're gonna play with lots and lots of people.
Raina was innocently happy about being able to play with so many people, but my expression grew noticeably stern. Oh boy.
Keiichi-san, I know exactly what you're thinking.
What are we thinking? Psycho says, nee, nicht wirklich. Meaning, no, not really. Oh. Well then, why don't you try saying it? Together, okay? 1, 2...
These are all enemies.
Satoko's voice and... okay.
I was waiting for you
3,
to do that.
I was thinking he's gonna fake her out. Okay. 3, 2, 1...
These are all enemies.
Satoko's voice and mine blended together in harmony. Internet tells me Büchse der Pandora, which I guess is similar. Yeah.
But Pandora's box, well...
I mean, yes, but...
Similar, but I also want to say very different.
I want to say, from the myth, Pandora's box is a little bit worse to open than a can of worms. But then again, the image behind it, the innocent image behind it that you can't get them all back in is the same, I guess. So, yeah, true, you could say that. We looked over at the participants. After all, the top prize was 50,000 yen! Mice lit up like a flame.
They probably could have done 10,000 and all of these kids would still show up.
Money is money.
Also, where are the adults?
What do you mean?
Would you not join a board game competition if you could win 500 bucks?
If I, a 35-year-old guy, go in there
yeah.
to play with a bunch of like 15-year-olds, I don't think I would actually.
For that money? Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
No
there's
mercy.
rules for participating, maybe it's just children.
There probably is, yeah. Hey, Keiichi, it looks like today will be fun.
Well, no matter how many more rivals I have, the goal is still the same.
Rivals? Keiichi, do you think a whale keeps track of all the krill it eats?
Ooh, that's a hard line. She said with an unpleasant voice, laughing with the aggressive glint in her eyes reserved solely for club activities. Damn it, Neon. She's as serious as she can get today.
I'm not the only one who's serious. Take a look at Rika-chan.
Mion pointed, looking at where her finger directed me. What the heck is that? Rika-chan was using those kinds of traits to soften up the group with an almost excessive pleasantness.
Those kind of traits?
She's being cute.
I'm also going to do my best. Go for it! Yay! Go for it! Yay!
Hey, it's a group of... thank you. Thank you for helping me do the gallery.
It was a bit deeper in the echo of all the voices.
Yeah, makes sense. 50,000 yen is now up to 67,500 today. So, yeah.
Yeah, something.
350-ish bucks, I would say.
Something like that, yeah.
That's nice money. Completely emasculated, the group joined Rika-chan in a chair. The inside of the store had been consumed by the world of Rika-chan.
Also, if the store should just give it in a guchan.
A voucher.
A voucher.
That would be smart.
Then the money will come back to your store. You don't have to hand it out cash.
Oh, 430 freedom monies or almost 400 European coins.
That's a nice amount.
That's not bad. That's a lot of money for
a board game competition for kids.
For a kid, yeah. Damn, she's already chomping at the bit.
It seems like today's going to be fun. I'm going to do my best. Aww.
It seemed that Reina was also unusually fired up by the large crowd. Hopping about and running around, she had entered entirely into cute mode. In Reina's case, the real fun starts when her tension gauge fills up. Her happy-go-lucky attitude belied the fact that this was the state in which she was the most threatening.
I don't know why I would have gone for bellied.
Yes, she pulled up her top so that we could all see her belly, and then she used it like a drum. Like, that
Makes sense.
Mion was making small talk with some of her regular customers she was acquainted with. It was like business as usual with her. Of course, if anybody thought that Mion looked ordinary, they were not qualified to be in our club. The shadow beneath her feet was exuding killer instinct, rising up like a chill wind. Damn it, Mion. Throwing away her honor and humanity like that. She's serious.
Keiichi-san, didn't you know? The 50,000 yen prize is from Mion-san's own pockets.
Oh.
What? She was putting out the 50,000 yen all by herself?
And you went like, oh, we can't go to the arcade.
Why? Reina knows belly drum? Apparently.
It's very effective too.
It is. At that moment, a dark miasma that warped Mion's surroundings began to appear.
Wait, do I do the F11 thing or the character swap thing? Oh, that was B.
I still love it in the original. She always has a freaking gun on her. Like,
maybe there they did something with the thingy.
no. Battles Without Honor and Humanity is considered to be the most well-known Yakuza film out there. It's like The Godfather. I did not know that's a movie title. Thank you.
Also, never heard of it.
Maybe I should watch it at some point.
I've also never watched The Godfather. What is
Same.
it, Keiichi? Is there something on my face?
Beep. A shiver crept up my spine. That Mion? Cornering herself like that? She was pulling out the demon lurking within her. Fine with me. Damn it, my knees are shaking like crazy.
Also, I didn't see it before, but the little dinosaur on the shelf,
Yeah, the little Godzilla one.
like left from the dock, is really cute.
Yeah, it is really cute. Before I realized it though, I need a short break. Play some more belly drum. Play me the song of your people, Tifa.
BRB.
BRB.
We're back.
Yes, we are. Ah, my back. Before I realized it, the store had filled up with even more people.
Think you're
Oh my
not
God.
in the game?
No, it's doing the thing again where I press. Oh, now
Right. Okay, you didn't
is
seem
the
to...
keyboard trolling me? Oh well. However, the looks in their eyes weren't confrontational. They were looks of expectation and curiosity. They were the eyes of onlookers who were wondering what kind of match was going to occur and who was going to win. You couldn't ask for a better stage than this. This is getting interesting.
Keiichi-kun? Let's do our best, okay? Do our best.
Reina was already fully charged. Mortal laws and common sense held no power before the might of Reina in her cute mode. I definitely didn't want to fight her, if possible.
Rika-chan, do your best.
We're all cheering you on!
Okay, I'll do my best.
Rika-chan, who was exuding way too much charm no matter how you looked at it, had already won over most of the onlookers to her side. Nonchalantly avoiding things had always been Rika-chan's creed, but for her to be blatantly laying out her machinations like that, something was definitely strange. Like Reina, she was somebody who I didn't want to fight if I could help it.
Of course, the one you don't want to fight the most is Mion-san.
I've been lucky to even leave alive more than a few times at the end of club activities, but I don't think there was a day that even came close to being this dangerous.
If only you knew.
Mion-san seems to have developed quite the grudge after losing that poker match a few days back, you know?
It seems that way. Hello, Everything Fantasy. Thank you very much for the raid.
Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it.
Welcome in. How are you all doing? EF raid. Snow streamed solo. All right. Hello, Snowy. Hello,
How are
everybody.
you all doing?
How are you doing? Welcome in. We're Jack and Tifa, and we're playing Higurashi Chapter 2.
Were you happening to play the same game? Or what
Yes.
were you streaming? Tell us.
Tell us. I just finished Paranormicide.
Oh, nice.
Is this the moment to tell people that we have bought Paranormicide during the last sale?
We did actually buy it after you recommended it. So at some point we will play it.
Yes.
It does look really good. How did you like the end? Like a spoiler-free end rating?
After one of the last visual novels we played, the ending kind of ruined it for us. Not Higurashi. Confused but amazed. Alright, that's a positive.
Okay.
I like that.
Does it have like an
Sounds good.
open ending? Or is it
No,
like... Okay,
stop
okay,
asking questions.
Yeah, fair.
Don't
Okay.
answer that. Just ignore everything she says. As always. As usual with visual novels. Yes, sometimes that happens. Sometimes it does.
Also, just because I'm a bit confused, what do you mean with the snow streamed solo?
Oh.
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 I was I was scrolling down up
Oh, that's
actually
connected.
in our chat, and if that immediately goes to the text like, oh.
It's a shared
Oh.
account. Oh, okay. Because I was
Oh,
now
that
wondering,
explains.
like, wait, that your
How does
account
that
isn't
work?
the one that rated.
That's cool. Nice.
Okay, now I get it.
Welcoming.
I do.
No delta twists on Higurashi. No, but maybe another game.
I have heard of the mechanic, like that you can give users like access to the account so that you can stream on the same thing.
Yeah.
But I've never actually seen it.
That's actually how I, over a decade ago, before Twitch was called Twitch, actually found out about this. Because there was a group of people streaming on one channel. So basically they took like turns. Like Mondays it was this person, Tuesdays another, and so on and so forth. I think at peak it was like 8 different people or so, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, before people eventually like split and did their own thing. Yeah, it's a thing.
Makes
again.
sense.
Me and Corey stream together on the account. It's named after him, but I have been doing solo streams. All right.
Oh, nice.
I'll need to remember that it's on that account, and then maybe if you ever live when I can watch, I will drop by if I get the chance. I would scroll up and click on it now, but I can't when I text log the game. Can you click on the one that...
That I
Did
can
the rate
absolutely do. Give me...
Thank you very much. I do love me some Paranormicide. I've got so many mysteries of Honjo. It's the name of a game, isn't it? I'm only confused. It's kind of like what you guys do, but instead of sitting next to each other, we don't sit next to each other. Fair, fair. But we shall be soon, visiting next week in London. Ooh,
Oh, nice.
That sounds cool. Nice.
I
Go
mean-
eat all the nice things. London is a very foodie town, I believe.
I want to say it's also easier to stream together if you're not in the same room. Because we struggled a lot with sound.
No, Tifa struggled with sound. I can project my voice very well. She doesn't.
I mean, yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
It took a bit, but I got it.
Nice food in London. I mean, I have been to London like 3 times, and I don't think I ever had bad food there. But I've seen some videos of like street food where they do like a naan bread, and they put like curry on there, and then they melt cheese over it. So it's kind of like a pizza, but it's also a curry on a naan and like masala spiced fries and stuff, and that makes me like salivate. It's like I want to eat that. I want to like take the whole unhealthy thing, and I want to like...
London has a
gorge
very
myself.
nice food scene, I want to say.
Do you have a mic in the middle of you, or is it a clip-on mic somewhere? We used to have a mic in the middle, and that didn't work because I'm too loud and Tifa is too quiet.
We tried like 6 different microphones, I want to say. We used to have one like hanging above us, which was a not really working thing. We had one in front of us, like several types, but now we use clip-ons like Jack's you can sort of see there, and mine you can't
Because black shirt.
see on my shirt. But
Clip-on lavalier mics.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to say in all cases, or in almost all cases, like a normal mic works just fine.
Yes.
But we have extremely different...
Just because it didn't work for us doesn't mean it doesn't work for other people. Other people do it with a mic standing like on the table or whatever, and it works beautifully. And it's perfect. It's just that Tifa doesn't know how to voice. So...
You are just too loud.
When we started streaming, you basically whispered.
Aye. Yeah, I was
You've
a bit
gotten much louder over the years, in a good way.
Because now I got used to like shouting during stream.
The way I now talk, this is what she considers shouting.
What can I say?
Yeah.
But besides the point, I hope you're looking forward to your trip. How long are you going for? Like a week? Like 2 weeks?
I would assume that voices would come in double. They do actually. There is, because of physics, there's a minimal delay in between this microphone picking me up and this one, but they are specifically fine-tuned to like the distance we sit to each other and stuff, so that it shouldn't like be bad enough to distract from it.
It took several hours of sound
I've
checks to set it up.
spent weeks in total setting all of it up. Again, because of her, not because that's a normal thing. It's mostly Tifa's fault. 6 days. I hope you
so
have an absolute blast.
I hope we get to catch you guys
nice
together
ones.
next week.
Yes.
Seeing how you're closer to our... Actually, not really closer to our time zone. You're now in the same time zone too.
Even if people aren't in the same time zone, the most important part is when they stream.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, with like some American friends who stream, it's a bit harder because they
1
stream in the
a.m.
middle
is
of
like,
the night.
I want to be there, but I can't. I need sleep. Yeah, fair enough.
That's
Good
what
one.
I meant.
Yeah. And it's also really good quality-wise. Dang.
You know, they're like these movie sort of mics or like interview mics.
This is the Rode Filmmaker Kit, I believe, is what they're sold as.
You know, sometimes in these shows you see someone with a clip-on mic and then like on the back,
It's
on
that
their
kind of
pants, it has like this little box sort of thing hanging on them. That's
a transceiver.
Yeah, but if you don't know what a transceiver is.
A thing that wirelessly transmits.
Totally not saying that
Transmitter,
because I couldn't
transceiver.
think of the word. That's the sort of thing we use.
If that's the kind of thing you're worried about, if you can, try a bunch of different ones, see which one works best for you. I don't think there's a surefire way. Really hoping for an in-person stream next week at some point. I'm crossing my fingers for you that all works out.
What do you guys... Or do you already know what you're gonna play?
Remember to get all the nice food. Do it for me.
That's how you think about the food. I mean, it makes sense. A big part of a trip is trying out all the food.
Meanwhile, it seems that way. In other words, today is just an elaborate stage for her revenge. Almost as though she were psychic Mion turned toward us. Her eyes silently conveyed the message. You guys just figured that out now? It wasn't just Mion, both Rena and Rika-chan were more pumped than they'd ever been. Yeah. One's gonna pop up today. Without a doubt, there'll be casualties.
It seems that somehow Keiichi-san and I are the only ones left. What do you think? Should we not have our match during the opening round?
It feels so weird that these people are talking about like casualties and people dying and stakes in chapter 2 with how chapter 1 ended. Are they doing it on purpose to get under my skin?
Feel weird, but
We usually do music stuff together, like guess the game type stuff. Or he makes some music. Okay, sounds good.
fun. I hope we get to catch you guys next week.
Yes.
When are you going, you said? This weekend or like actual like next week?
Post a message on our Discord if you can, if you know the time. It would be nice. Might as well. I need to warm up before I can really kick into gear.
Do we already know what game they're playing, by the way?
My spinal column shuddered like it had been struck by a bolt of lightning, and like a pillar of ice was being jammed into it, began to freeze. I could almost see the flames backlighting Satoko with their intensity. Even then, while Satoko was displaying a normal smile, it was cold and inhuman, almost as if it were a plastic mask. Okay. Huh. You must really want to eliminate me in the opening round. You can't hide that murderous intent.
I gotta go find that one video where Bamboleo.
Oh god.
Bamboleo.
Just reading the word, it's instantly stuck in my head.
I don't even know the rest of the lyrics.
I only know that one word. Also, like if I hadn't read Bamboleo, I wouldn't even remember the song. Like I know it's somewhere in the back of my head, but it's that one word. It's like that's the one.
Oh, that's too bad. You're being uncharacteristically cautious today, Keiichi-san.
I let it slide because she's a little girl.
I can't speak today.
Without a doubt, it was a trap. I don't know what she had up her sleeve, but if I fought with Satoko during the opening round, my loss would be more certain than if I went against Mion. A pitch-black miasma permeated the inside of the store. Did they all want to win that 50,000 yen prize that much?
Especially as a kid, yes.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's so much money.
Yeah, what you can all get with that.
Yeah, at least 2 things in the store.
No, the game. Bamboleo. There is nothing else to me but that song.
Is the game named after the song? Or the song after the game? I need to learn more about this. No, that's not right. The only ones competing for the prize money were the casual participants. I was different. I had mistaken this as just a way to fool around on a normal Sunday. It didn't matter when it was, or where it was, or who our opponents were. In our club, the goal is always the very top of a mountain. An intense flame that no strong winds could extinguish, hot enough to melt any steel, began to burn inside me. The fuse had been lit on this unprecedentedly intense club battle. It was then that the owner of the store told Mion in a lackadaisical voice that it was about time to begin.
Is everybody ready? Listen close now.
Mion began with the formalities, standing in for the owner and explained the rules of today's tournament. You're only playing to win. There's no second or third place. That's the same rule as our club. There were 15 people participating. We were to split up into 5 groups via a draw, and each group would have 1 winner. Each winner in the first stage would advance to the next in order to compete in the final. There's a whole bracket system happening.
Makes sense with 15 people. Now, as for how each group will compete. Each table can decide to play whatever they want. As long as the game is here in the shop, anything goes.
Oh, smart. That way more groups try out more games, therefore more people would potentially buy the games they played that they enjoyed.
That makes a lot of sense.
Smart. Already in club mode DEFCON 1, I didn't let the small gap in the rules go unnoticed. Mion, can I ask a question? Won't everybody push to play a game they're good at and not be able to agree on which one?
That's right. If we can't decide, we can't start.
The spectators also nod along. It was only natural. There wasn't anybody who would simply cede to their opponent's suggestion.
With a competition like this, you just need to play the crocodile game. The one where you like open its mouth and you have to press
down its teeth, but some of them are like rigged so that like...
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like very random.
Isn't that just called crocodile?
I have no clue what the game is called.
I think it's crocodile. You can also play that with real crocodiles, but I do not recommend it. That's a bad way to die.
I think it snaps at the first one.
It's a really dumb way to lose your life. Crocodile dentist? Is that what it's called? Yes.
Oh, yeah. that could be. You also have a version with another animal. I think dog, maybe?
And put razor blades to the... No!
That's
no,
later. That's later
no,
in the game.
Hard no.
I prefer if you were all good sports and managed to come to a decision on your own, but if it comes to a stalemate, should we have the store's owner decide for you?
It was an event at a toy store after all. You'd expect the owner to referee. After that, Mion's rundown continued. It ended with a rule that any losing participants would have to buy the game they lost at. A rather nice proposition for the store.
Shouldn't the store at least like
Smart.
contribute to the prize money then?
I don't know. Oh, really quick about razor blades. Yeah, I'm gonna put the cannibalism thing on this. It's not cannibalism per se, and it's not Tifa, it's me.
Okay, we should definitely take out the Tifa talks cannibalism.
It's not even
How about
cannibalism.
we just change it to...
I just need something on screen. If you're squeamish while this is up, mute, go away, do something. What?
I feel like my name now gets attached to this.
Shut up. I don't know if I ever told this story on stream. I'll make it quick. Many moons ago, when I was a wee young Jack, we used to live, my dad, my mom and me, we used to live in a house with a little garden. And the kitchen door faced the garden, like to a balcony and then the yard. And at some point, we realized there were rats. Not like in the house, but we had spotted one in the garden. So, I mean, if you spot a rat, think of where you don't spot the rats. So, my parents bought a rat trap. Like one of those like cages where if you trigger a thing, it just slams shut. I don't know where they bought the thing. I don't know if those traps were even legal at the point. But the way this works is it's basically like a cage. It's open on one side. You put food or something in there. The rat or whatever goes in, and then if it's triggered, the gate behind it just jams down forcefully. Now, the little gate thing that would slam shut was a very thin but sturdy piece of steel.
Oh no. I think I know where you're going.
And one day, it's the early afternoon, I'm sitting in my room playing video games. My mom is downstairs doing something, and she goes to the basement. I hear her go down the stairs. And then I hear a blood-curdling yell. My dad rushes down there. There is a little bit of screaming. And by the time I'm downstairs, there is my mother is crying in pain. There is blood. And there is a lot of bandage wrapped around her arm. So what she had done is she walked up the stairs again after being done in the basement. She tripped, and because I've said this before, my parents are the smartest people in the world. For some reason, they decided the best place to store the rat trap isn't actually outside where the rat was. The best place to store the rat trap was to have it in the open on the basement staircase, on the stairs, with the opening facing towards you if you walk up the stairs. My mother had gone up the stairs, tripped, fell, and trying to catch herself, had put her hand into the trap.
Ow.
It cut deep. Deep enough that any normal person would have called an ambulance or at the very least go to a doctor or hospital, whatever. My mother refused. Eventually the bleeding subsided and she got to keep the finger. So that's what I think about when...
How did we get to this again?
This is again honest_psycho at Twitch's fault. For saying, put razor blades on the teeth.
For the love of God.
Don't put this on me. You triggered this memory. Anyway, all was good. She was just in a world of pain, and in the end, they actually threw away the trap without ever catching anything in it.
Well,
Talking about splitting things. That was a bad segue.
it really was.
Gotta keep quiet before I trigger some trauma. The good news is, the good and the bad news at the same time, there is nothing you can or cannot say that will eventually not trigger some story. So just keep going. You cannot control this as much as you want, I'm sorry. First, we used a draw to split into 5 groups. Everybody lined up single file and began to draw tickets that the shop owner had prepared. It was my turn. Alright, time to draw. No matter who I was up against, I'd crush him. At that moment, Mion began to laugh with a hawkish gleam in her eye.
Of course, I'm sure you already know, but club members will have a separate penalty game than the casual participants.
I thought as much. What's the gist of it?
The winner gets to give the losers 1 order each.
Contrary to how simple it sounded, it was a terrifying eventuality, the subject of which no one could predict. Damn you, Mion. Was she really planning on parading me around Hinamizawa in cat ears and a banana hammock with a tail attached or something?
That does sound like fun.
That's something you want to do? To walk around in cat ears and a micro-kini?
Oh, I saw it as like a banana suit.
Oh my god, Tifa, oh, she's so sweet. Tifa, a banana hammock is a thong for men. That really
Well, a
just...
hammock gave me like this big laying in it image, so I figured it's like a
Tifa is
suit.
speaking of a banana suit.
Like,
No.
you have banana suits, and it kind of has a hammock shape.
Okay, listen. A banana suit with cat ears and a tail could be really cute. Like a cat nana. Kind of adorable. No, this is specifically about the sweet summer child. Yeah, what we Americans call a Speedo. Have you heard that one before?
But a banana speedo. How would that
No,
look?
Tifa, not banana anything. It's called banana hammock because it only barely covers the dangly bits.
Oh, it's not like it doesn't look like a banana.
It can, if it's yellow and you're equipped for that.
I was really focused on the banana part.
I like bananas.
Yeah, you also have
It's
like
the
these...
Borat swimsuit, basically.
Yeah, but I was thinking like, you have like these elephant underwear for men.
Yes, like that.
And I was thinking of something like that, but banana.
No,
Now that you were explaining
it has nothing to do with a fruit, Tifa.
Okay.
No. So basically, stark naked, cat ears, a slip of cloth over your crotch, and a tail attached.
How about you do that? It's getting warm anyway.
I wouldn't be allowed to stream like that. It's actually against the rules. The look on Mion's face told me she wasn't going to let me off that easy. On top of that, this time it wasn't just the person who finished last who'd have to submit to a penalty game. The losers get 1 order each. In other words, even if you don't finish last, you still have to do a penalty game.
That'd be the case.
What about if there's no winner? Like, if all the club members drop out midway through?
Kei-chan, are you alright in the head?
What? The look in Mion's eye became that of a lion baring its fangs.
How exactly are the elite members of our club going to lose to some mewling newborns? Kei-chan, don't embarrass me by getting eliminated in the first round.
Don't die or I'll kill you myself. Even so, I didn't feel threatened. The more into it my opponent was, the stronger I would become. You just wait and see. I won't just sit here and be bullied by you, Mion. I'll show you.
We shall meet in the finals.
The answer lies in the heart of battle. The results of a draw were enough to make you cry conspiracy. Let me guess, everybody gets 1 group? 1 with Keiichi, 1 with Mion, 1 with Reina, 1 with Satoko, 1 with Rika. All the members of a club were nicely divvied up amongst the 5 tables. How did this happen when the draw was that random?
That is so not random.
The thought that I was already caught in Mion's puppet strings made me feel uneasy. That was fine though. I'll crush all your petty tricks.
Everyone else was random.
Potentially. Now, where were my opponents? Everybody was headed to the table corresponding to the number on their ticket. The competition at my table was these two, huh? They look younger than me. Huh? Aren't you two classmates of mine? You can be him, I'll be the drowsy one.
Okay. Oh, hi. I'm Tomita. This is Okamura. That's a 7-year-old boy sound.
No, Tifa, it's beautiful. No notes. Okamura-kun greeted me by nodding his head.
Oh, I want to be Okamura-kun.
No.
I want to be him.
No, it's perfect this way. We met them in chapter 1, but now they have sprites.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised people remember it, but okay, I'll take it.
So they have actually been there.
So my opening round was to be against my juniors from school. Just saying, but it seemed like a pretty easy matchup.
Also, wait.
Lucky.
Wasn't there a group of 5?
No, there's 10 people plus us 5, meaning 15. 15 divided by 3.
Oh, yeah.
By 5 is 3.
Yeah.
Time to destroy them without mercy.
Let's play Monopoly.
Not remembering side characters, but fake fan! I'll have to live with that. I have nothing to defend myself.
Wait, I want to see the original sprites for them. New characters. Oh, they don't have any.
They didn't have any originally.
Alright then, everybody. Please decide on your games and start Monopoly.
Oh god, Tifa, we only have 1 day. With Mia's declaration, the inside of the store suddenly became lively. Everybody was yelling their favorite games at each other, trying to gain an advantage before they started. Even my 2 classmates, who seemed taciturn at first glance, began to fiercely insist on their own games as soon as the signal was given. Of course, I would kick those suggestions aside. Schwing. Any tertiary character sprites didn't exist in the original.
Yeah.
It's nice that they added them.
But maybe they have one.
Yeah. There was absolutely no reason to pick a game your opponent was good at. Sorry, they're all games I don't know. Could you pick something a little more well-known? Of course, they didn't agree to the games I suggested either. I could only smirk bitterly. Naturally, after 5 minutes, this table still couldn't agree on a game. Obeying the rules, we asked the store owner to decide on a game. Clearing his throat, the shop owner brought over a board game from the back of the store. It was a game called Billionaire. Quite a vintage we have here. Come to think of it, if you lose, you have to buy this game. That damned shop owner, was he using this competition to get rid of all the games he couldn't sell? Genius!
That is really smart.
I know this one. You guys do too, right? Spin the wheel and head to a goal.
Oh, it's the life...
Game of life.
Game of life.
Yeah. I suck at that. Whoever has the most money after we liquidate our assets is the winner. The 2 nodded in agreement and finally the game was underway. That's why they call him Da Vinci, he's a genius. Oh, I didn't even think of that yet.
That is
smart. I see your coffee isn't working.
No.
Here, have more coffee to coffee.
No, I'm good.
Have you made them both equally or is mine stronger or weaker than yours?
Mine is stronger. I'd like double your
So
coffee.
you actually drank coffee today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured I needed it.
The things she does to play Higurashi. That game is even worse than Monopoly in my opinion.
I've played it a couple of times. I want to say it's alright.
If it's the game I'm thinking about, it can run rather long, but I like the fact that you will get to an end. At least that's how it turned out, how we played. 99% RNG, yes.
But that can also be the fun part.
That yes, it's like Mario Party on highest difficulty basically. Or even just Mario Party with other people when suddenly...
Oh, I want to play
your luck
against
flips.
the extreme NPCs again.
No, never. But Monopoly you can play infinitely if you play against Tifa. It just keeps going. It's like, oh, screw RNG, it's just indefinite.
Yeah.
Life is mostly about chance and investment opportunities. But do they need to remind me of my bad attempts at investments in my life, in a game? The worst game is Risk. I think we have Risk. And
We have
played
Risk.
that once
I enjoy it.
or twice.
Yeah, you weren't a big fan of it, I believe.
I couldn't tell you what Risk is like. It's been too long. At that time, I already had a feeling of impending crisis. I wouldn't realize why until the game progressed a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Celebrate the birth of your child. Receive $5,000 from everybody. Sorry. Okay, I've built a bit of a lead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Here comes the RNG.
Bonus. Receive 100,000 from the bank.
What? The tables were turned in an instant. 1, 2, 3. Proceed to the corporate ladder course. Well, that's a good route. It seemed like my only piece was landing on the steady spaces.
When your friends are making careers and you
Yeah, everybody is
settle
like,
and then
you will
get your
become a
baby.
millionaire. You'll become a millionaire. Oh, and you're unemployed. And the game starts you with
unemployed
nothing.
and with a baby.
I had doubts as to why Mion didn't bring out board games for club activities, but that reason was laid bare to me before my eyes.
By the way, nothing wrong with that if that's what you want in life. But it's the typical game of life thing.
If that's what you want in the game of life, you are handicapping yourself. Because basically you start with nothing and you bleed money. In real life, you do you, whatever makes you happy. In the game of life, might as well give up.
Not a good route.
That's right. I'd only realized it now. This game was completely based on luck. What could I possibly do to make sure I ended up in the first place at the end? The ultimate outcome of this game was decided in a place beyond human hands. Fucking told you, yes, it's not a game of skill. How were the other club members doing? My eyes naturally wandered off to the other tables.
A crocodile dentist. That's a game of skill.
Is it though? I mean, you could do like a sleight of hand thing where you pretend you pressed it, but you didn't.
No, it doesn't work.
Mion's table was what? They weren't doing anything. Had they still not decided on a game? This naive idea existed to distract me from the most frightening possibility. Mion was lounging about, leisurely holding some juice she bought from a vending machine outside in one hand. When our eyes met, she gave me a look of ease. It couldn't be. She'd already finished? What game was it? That easily. It was probably too late to be concerned with that at this point. Only 5 minutes since we started and her opponents were already beyond recourse. They were sitting there slumped over in disappointment, muttering to themselves, trying to figure out where they went wrong. For that, they'd find no answer. Was there any reason for their defeat other than they sat at the same table as Mion?
Also, I just realized if she wins herself, she doesn't have to pay out the money too.
Yes. Then
Extra
what?
motivation.
Basically, she just gets 4 people to do her bidding. And what about Reina's table? The spectators were causing quite a commotion. It looked like their game was Karuta. The shop owner was apparently the one reading out the cards.
That game doesn't ring
What's
a bell.
Karuta? For a second I thought it's a Pokemon.
I see where that comes from, but
It's gonna be the Gen 10 of related distant cousin of Kakuna. But Karuta is a bug that actually like plants itself on the ground. You know, Karuta.
that could
Get
be
it.
kinda cute.
Reina tended to dawdle along and space out a lot. Wouldn't she have a hard time with this game? Then I'll read it out. The dog gets tired on a walk. BAM! At the same instant, the shop owner began sounding out the words. The card in question disappeared off the face of the table. No, the face of the earth. Impossible. Where did it go? It was against Reina's cheek. She was rubbing it there.
Aww, so cute. I'm taking it home.
Looking at the card Reina was rubbing against her cheek, it was some anime-themed version of Karuta with rather cute moe illustrations decorating the cards. Basically, it was a picture of a pretty dog girl with a slightly large chest, panting and half in tears as she was being pulled along on a chain.
Karuta are Japanese card games that involve tin cards with different combinations.
Okay.
Proctor reads off an expression which are written on the cards, and you have to recognize which card has the right expression and slap it first. That kind of reminds me of...
Memory?
No. It's a manga I used to read, and it turned into an anime as well.
Liar game.
No, I forgot the name. It's about an actual game as well. Like, you have a word, and on a stone, and on another stone it has like a...
Chihayafuru.
Yes, exactly. It has like an expression or meaning, if I recall correctly. It's been a long time. Remind me of that.
Alright.
But it's all in words, no pictures.
Doesn't ring a bell. It's about competitive Karuta. Oh, so you do actually know the game then?
Yeah. Well, it's a version of it, I guess.
My question was going to be, can anybody confirm that I didn't buy the off-brand Higurashi that's gonna turn into a porn novel in a moment? Because...
Why?
Have you listened to the line I just read? A dog girl with a slightly large chest panting and half in tears as she was being pulled along on a chain.
Oh yeah, that didn't really register.
Apparently they're playing kinky Karuta.
But also, apparently it's really cute.
With those types of pictures, even I could play with godlike speed. Keiichi gets it! Of all people to play that game, it had to be Reina. It was entirely possible that her fingertips were on the verge of breaking the sound barrier.
It's over.
Mion smiled coolly. Seeing no further reason to keep watching, she turned back.
So cute, so cute. Even if Reina wins, I'll still buy these cards. I'm taking them home.
After that, the second the cards started being read out, BAM! BAM! Such decisive sounds echoed.
Same idea, different execution. I was slamming the table, you were like...
BAM! Well then, how about Satoko? She was playing a rather orthodox game. Concentration. Judging from the distressed look on Satoko's face, it seemed that she was struggling somehow. One of the main characteristics of concentration is that the pace of the game speeds up as it goes on. As the number of cards to memorize decreases, it becomes easier to match several pairs in a row.
Oh, so that is memory.
It's what I call memory. It wouldn't be exaggeration to say that the first person to take over the flow of a match can run away as the winner. The cards still in play had decreased. If you memorized the cards that had been turned over before, you should have a good chance to sweep the table at this point. Satoko probably knew the positions of all the remaining cards. However, her turn came a little too late. If her opponent followed up, the match would be decided.
Hojo, sorry, but I'm also aiming for the prize money. Don't hate me for this.
This guy. Did he have the locations of the remaining cards memorized? He was completely certain of his victory. The tension on his face relaxed. It's over. I whispered that in a bored manner as I turned my attention back to my own game. I spun the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What? No way! The Ace of Hearts should have been here.
There was a commotion at Satoko's table as the shout rang out. The other two at my table turned around in surprise. I didn't. After all, there really wasn't anything to be surprised about. The onlookers were confounded, most of them certain that the Ace of Hearts should have been there. There's no way, I must be seeing things. It must have been because I was excited. So assured in his victory, the distress over his defeat ran deep. That's how it is. If his opponent wasn't Satoko, then the Ace of Hearts certainly would have been there. What a fool. When you're up against Satoko, you can't let your guard down for a moment until the battle is over.
Are you allowed to move the cards, or why would it have been there otherwise?
If nobody can tell that you're cheating, did you cheat?
Yeah, okay.
It's Satoko.
That is true. Cheating is allowed until you're caught.
Not in real life, people. That makes for bad moral decisions.
Keiichi-san, you still haven't finished your match? You have no sense for these things.
It's only cheating if you get caught.
That is true.
Toxic relationship that ends badly 101.
It's playing until then.
With a refined tone of voice reserved only for winners, Satoko called out to me. For a casual observer, it must have looked like she only eked out a victory. From my point of view, however, she was only playing around. The roles of winner and loser had already been decided. It was nothing more than child's play. The laughable part about it was that her opponent didn't know his role had already been assigned. Nice work there. Setting up a farce of a trap with ace of hearts.
My opponent only walked into one of my traps. Even then, one was more than enough.
Satoko was a trapper. Her true talent was never having one misfire. Setting off only one trap was more than enough? Ain't that cool? The fact that the other club members were winning one after another with their own brand of play only added to my impatience at my own lack of progress. Alright, how was Rika-chan doing? How was our club's sly little fox doing? What the heck is that? Over in that corner, the mood at that table was decidedly different from the others. The game at Rika-chan's table was, you know, that battery-powered fishing game? One where the fish opened and closed their mouths as they rotated on the platform and you used the magnetic fishing rod to pick them up? That old thing.
Yes, I had that one too.
I did too, and I'm so sad that I got rid of it as a kid.
I completely forgot that exists.
We could buy another copy.
That is true.
It seemed they planned on competing by seeing who would catch the most fish, but it had become an atmosphere you could hardly call competitive. We're all cheering her on.
Wow, I got one.
You're so good! Rika-chan, you're good at this!
Oh my, she caught another one! Rika-chan is really good at this.
I knew that Rika-chan had already charmed her opponents, along with the onlookers, before the matches had even begun, but brilliantly played. That corner had become an informal meeting of the Rika Furude fan club.
It's Rika-chan's total victory.
To be so adorable that the people around you just give up.
Pretty people problems, really.
I was gonna say, not that I ever experienced that.
Exactly.
I would lose for you as well, Tina.
Sweet.
That's how cute you are.
But you do regardless anyway.
And that's why I don't do it.
That's why I'm not the adorable one.
Total victory. Rika-chan's good at fishing, isn't she?
What Rika-chan is trolling for probably isn't fish.
We should play Go Fish again.
No, we shouldn't. You should go on another business trip. Hearing that, she glanced over my way briefly.
Who's this?
Rika.
Oh. I'm surprised there's no name.
This is my way of getting serious. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Oh.
That's what I heard about me.
I said it myself, so it must be true.
This is a masterful technique that only Rika is allowed. Only Rika can do.
Yeah. A masterful technique. Maebara-san, it's your turn. No, sorry.
Oh, you were.
Guess it is. Oh wait, that was you.
Oh.
I was the kid that like slightly tired looking.
No, it's fine.
Sorry, I guess it is. 1, 2. Fine for tax evasion. Pay $50,000. Rika put all points in charisma. Yes. And you can tell that it works out. In contrast, my game, what an unseemly situation this was. Noticing the uneasiness creeping across my face, my companions came to see how I was doing.
Huh? Keiichi-kun, could it be you're struggling? You're struggling?
I could really go for a mochi right now with red bean filling.
Okamura, right now, how much money do you have?
Okamura, who had wrung lots of money out of the elite course, began to count through a stack of white $100,000 bills.
About 980,000, I guess.
That was my character.
Nice.
How much money do you have, Tomita?
I have 880,000. I'm still close enough to turn this around.
Those two, it looked like they would easily surpass $1 million.
Well, Kei-chan, how much do you have?
Mion's tone of voice was grim from the get-go. It was a disappointment and disgust as club president. It can't be helped. There's no strategy involved other than spinning the wheel in this game. How am I supposed to cheat? Tell these two to close their eyes and count to 100 while I rig the wheel? You know there's no way I can do that.
You have to remember in which position you grab the spinning thing, which force you use on it, and manipulate the wheel.
Just distract a minute. Oh look, over there, Rika-chan has dropped something. And losing a game with 99% RNG. Skill issue. Yes. Rika-chan gently pat my head. Still, she wasn't too happy.
How pathetic. At one point I thought you'd be a worthy adversary. I've been utterly disillusionist.
Disillusioned?
Disillusioned.
I like the extra layer of you making Satoko fumble only the big words. That is so very much the essence of Satoko, the way I perceive her. It's beautiful.
I can't read anymore.
No, keep that up, even if you do it on purpose. I love it.
Don't give up, Keiichi-kun. There has to be some way to make a comeback. Do your best.
Your best.
Right till the end.
Like I said, how am I supposed to make a comeback with this game relying entirely on luck? What do you mean Tifa totally does this on purpose?
Yeah, and I'm like fully in character. What?
Yes, Tifa. Right? Mion? Mion's face, however, was almost unbelievable and different, like she was watching something completely unexciting. She then turned her back without saying a word. Hey, me! It was a pathetic voice that irked even myself.
I'm disappointed. Everybody was serious about this, but Kei-chan was the only one who wasn't.
What do you mean by serious? Are you telling me to control the spinner through sheer force of will? How can I do that?
If you were serious about it, you would have settled this game 10 seconds from when you started.
Mi-chan, you don't have to get so angry. Wait.
How do you settle the game 10 seconds in? Mion, in a bad mood, cast me aside and disappeared into the depths of the shop. Maybe it was because it had become an awkward situation with the spectators dispersed from around my table. Damn it! Are you saying I'm not serious about this?
To be fair though, with how often his competitors had to say like, hey, it's your turn too.
Yeah,
that already means you're not serious about it.
That's a fair point, yeah. Are you saying if I were serious, I would have settled this game of chance in 10 seconds? If I were serious, everybody was praying for my victory. They believed in me. Did I betray their expectations? Was it because I wasn't serious? Oh. Should we continue the game? The two of them were timidly trying to resume play. I didn't respond to that.
See, these two are playing seriously.
The table sunk into silence. Maebara-kun, should I take that to mean you're giving up? The owner, thinking I was forfeiting, started to announce the cancellation of the game. At that moment, the demon inside me let loose a howl and awakened. I get it now, Mion. What it means for me to be serious. I'll show you!
It's too late. You already ruined the game for those other kids this way.
Boom! I clamped my hands on their shoulders, speaking in a low voice after pulling them closer. Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun, let's make a deal. Let me win. The two of them, not immediately understanding what I had just said or the meaning behind it, were momentarily confused.
Hey Maebara-san, no violence! Let's settle this game properly!
Just listen to what I have to say. What is it you guys want? 50,000 yen prize?
Well, of course. Winning that kind of money is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
This power is truly unholy, oh yes. Even supposing you win, what are you going to do with that money? How are you going to enjoy it? The two of them considered it briefly.
Buy a new game or something? Snacks? Maybe some juice?
These kids have no understanding of how much money they might win. And it's so sweet. That's petty. So petty. Are you guys stupid?
Then how will you enjoy it if you win, Maebara-san?
Me? That's the point. Just shut up and listen to what I have to say. We club members have a penalty game separate from the casual participants. If we lose, we have to obey every single command from the winner. From another point of view, the winner earns the prize of being able to order the other club members around. First of all, Tomita-kun, you like Satoko, right? Don't deny it. Next, Okamura-kun, you like Rika, right? Don't turn red. I drew the two of them, red-faced and conscious of whether anybody else heard what I just said, even closer. Lowlies. Moe. What men covet, what men dream about. It's like an unreachable Garden of Eden. Even then, you'd still aim for it, wouldn't you? That's because our passionate souls scream for Moe. That sensitive age where you couldn't say you liked the girl you liked. Understanding that gave me all the more power. Tomita-kun, if I win, I'll make Satoko wear a collar and be a little sister for a day. Yeah, I was waiting for the bloodshot. Painful. Yeah, it took me a moment to like try to be able to do this. You have to do the psh sound.
I just did.
Oh, can you do it again? I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
I just did.
A red fountain spewed from both of Tomituka.
It's Tomituka now.
Moe! A red fountain spewed from both of Tomita-kun's nostrils. Also, Okamura-kun, I'll put cat ears on Rika-chan and let you take her out for a walk on a leash.
This is how fetishes are born.
Blood erupted from the vein in Okamura-kun's forehead. He's dying!
Not even from his
Call
nose.
an ambulance!
There's just like a little hole appearing on his forehead.
Also, I repeat what I said earlier. Can somebody confirm? Did I didn't buy Higurashi on Steam, but I don't know, Higurashi on Steamy? Because
Chapter 1 was the same.
I should have noticed when the game I bought was 69 euros. Like, that was expensive for one chapter of a visual novel. This is the genuine artifact. That's Ryukishi 07 sometimes. I mean, it perfectly captures being a boy in puberty. I get it. Together. That's the sound of all the blood pouring out of my head. Don't be shy. Just pretend I forced you to go along with me. You two are simply sacrifices to Maebara-senpai's whims. You can pretend to be against it. I understand. I know everything but your heart's desire. Then I suddenly lowered the tone of my voice. I thought I had already.
Yeah, but those were bits you weren't talking.
Oh.
Only the bits where the quotation marks are.
Madness and genius are close together. Sometimes they are the same thing. Ryukishi is currently sitting in the corner. Hi! My school life was very bleak. I know with my very body how foolish it is to waste such an important time in your lives. So, to you, my juniors, I don't want you to live your lives like that. Be honest with yourselves. Chase your dreams. Fulfill them. I'll fulfill them for you. I will. It was this moment that the values of men bridged generations.
Maebara-san!
Did I ever have a mentor who ever spoke my mind for me so strongly? Never!
It's kind of cute that they went for that option.
There was no way there was. That's because in a man's lifetime he'll only have 3 fateful encounters. That valuable first time was being experienced right this moment with these 2. Sometimes losing can also be winning. Yes. It's fine, man. Let's do it.
But it's still a high risk though.
How
Because
so?
if Keiichi doesn't win, they don't get it.
But he's going to win now, Tifa. Because the power of hormones is strong.
I mean, yeah, he wins now, but I mean, those 2 are still taking a risk. There's no guarantee that he will be able to fulfill their wish.
Then they can beat him up afterwards. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Game over!
It was such an assertive declaration of the game's ending that everybody in the store turned and looked. It had been less than 3 minutes since I was on the verge of forfeit and all the spectators were certain of my loss.
Keiichi-san, what happened? Who won?
It was my complete victory.
What did you say? Exactly how did you overcome that situation?
There's no need to explain what happened. It was a gentleman's agreement. Right, guys?
Yes, sir!
The 2 of them, stifling tears of gratitude, answered strongly from the bottom of their hearts. Exactly what kind of miracle occurred here during those 3 minutes the spectators all looked away from my utter disadvantage?
You did it! You did it, Keiichi-kun! Yay!
The spectators were puzzled at how I was able to so quickly overcome that hopeless situation. That guy? Is he able to control the spinner wheel with his eyes or something?
I mean, it's quite obvious we never finished the game. It's a miracle! What devilry is this?
He's in cahoots with that Mion, you know? There's no doubt he had some strange trick up his sleeve. I looked at the crowd who couldn't help but be excited. Out of the corner of my eye, now fully awakened and in battle mode, I let out a derisive laugh. So this is what it means for me to be serious. Mion.
You took your sweet time.
Baring our fangs at each other, we laughed together in the most unsightly fashion.
I also feel like this is not really a nice way of winning.
Yes, it is.
I mean, all means necessary, do
Yes,
whatever it
it
takes
is.
to win, but still.
What do you get for displaying honor in war? You know what you get? You get dead.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, a win is a win, absolutely.
Is all that
I
matters.
mean, there's no rules, do whatever it takes.
Club rules are no holds barred. Exactly.
Yeah, but regardless.
With this, all the club members have cleared first round then. Which means this time, it's a match against everybody. A match. I've already decided what I'm going to buy with the prize money. That's only natural. Right?
Satoko and Reina. Satoko and Reina smiled, sneered at each other. These guys. Do they really think they can win against Keiichi Maebara when he gets serious? Mion, that was a mistake. You shouldn't have offered me advice just now.
What a mewling newborn you are. You're a million light years too early to think you can win against me. What?
Light years are a distance, not a time.
It is now.
Mion. I love this game. Oh my god, I love... Mwah. Light years are a measure of distance. Jerk!
Oh, press A. You would have figured it out.
Mwah. Ryukishi. Why do I bother? I love the fact that you do this. You bother for me because I appreciate it. There you go. Mion. Light years are a measure of distance. Oh, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed.
What are we doing, Michan? How are the 5 of us going to face off? How?
Well now. We have such a splendid lineup. It would be a waste to rush things.
Me saying something complicated again?
It couldn't be. Why you?
Poker.
Mion's hair flowed elegantly, almost like a cape, as she turned her back to the table.
As for today's contest, I, club president Mion Sonozaki, will reserve judgment for now. The method and time are yet undecided. The more spectators, the better. It should be in front of everybody from Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. I almost said Okonomiyaki.
I was thinking that.
It took everything to still change the wording.
I could hear in your head you grabbing the steering wheel with both hands and going so hard left. So hard to stay on that street. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Barely managed.
Ryukishi extols the pursuit of lowlies and the meaning of light years, and Jack showers him with kisses. Credit where credit is due.
Though that was what the extra kisses were for.
Yes.
By then, we'll know the best way to finally settle things.
Are you running away from this? This is too unfair, even for you, Mion-san.
Real quick, because I only noticed it now. In the background, all the way on the right hand side of the game screen, if you look at the middle and then down, you see the yellow thing on top of a pen, pencil, whatever it is. That little like smiley face on it is so cute. So simple, but so cute.
Wait, what?
This one. You can't see the mouse cursor, but she does.
I see it.
All the way on the right, like a little bit above the text.
Right
It's
from
really
the
normal.
phone and the cash register.
All the way to the right. You know, the phone that has a wire and a cable plug.
It's a nice touch.
Oh my god, somebody said phone.
I'm just saying. You newborn. Do you still not realize what has happened?
The combative aura billowing out of Mion's body formed a barrier, stopping Satoko's advance.
We'll meet again. Prepare yourself for your inevitable defeat.
With a shrill laugh, Mion left the store.
Hey, come back, I already spent that money.
After a moment of silence, the crowd erupted into cheers. When will they resume the contest?
Mion's serious.
The other members did great too.
That new guy, Maebara, he's got some strange power.
He turned the tables in an instant.
Maebara-san! You've got to win!
Ganbatte!
Fighter!
Yeah! I'll dunk someone like Mion head first into whoever sticks for you. A part of a crowd that had apparently overheard the covenant between Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun and myself erupted into a cheer again. Mion's going to win anyways. She's the undefeated empress. I'm betting on Mion. No, it's going to be Reina with an ungodly speed, Satoko the trap artist, Rika the siren. Maybe a long shot, but it will be Maebara. However, right now I had no ear for those cheerful voices. Setting the stage for this huge match and then running away like that, I wasn't going to forgive Mion. Outside of the store, Mion was getting on her bike as the shop owner was seeing her off. Don't run away, Mion! If you're the club president, don't run! Fight me!
Sorry, Kei-chan. Right now, I've got to get to my part-time job.
Huh? Like you would see in a sketch comedy show, my legs slipped in opposite directions until I was doing the splits.
Yeah. While you were playing your game, Mi-chan received a phone call. Too bad.
Lucky.
It was just getting good too. Not a lucky day. They're getting crushed at the sale over at my uncle's store. They don't have enough people to work the register, so he called me for help.
When you say your uncle, does he manage a supermarket or something?
That's just a small store. But whenever you put stuff on special, all the housewives swarm in like locusts. Don't they have any common sense? Even though they don't have enough staff, they're selling a carton of eggs for 10 yen. Limit 1 per customer.
That's basically free.
That is nothing.
That's a crazy sale. Uncle Da Vinci Sonozaki. They're just full of geniuses in the family. I was a little surprised. You would never think that this was the club president exuding such a dark aura inside the store just a short time ago. It was the usual Mion right now, almost exasperatingly so. My shoulders slumped. That's right. Club mode was over now. But it was really heated today. It was really fun. Damn, Mion, she really knows how to fire people up.
Me too. I got so fired up my head started to tingle. Especially Kei-chan. That was scary. I thought he was going to eat me alive there. It's work, so I guess there's nothing you can do. But it really is too bad. I really want to continue this some other time. Any time is good. Yeah, during school. How about we do it at the Watanagashi festival? The Cotton Drifting 5 Demon Fire Night. What?
No. Fight.
Oh, fight, yeah. I was gonna say there was nothing weird
You're
there.
thinking ahead.
That's right. I'll think about it.
Right now, what were Rika-chan and Mion talking about? Watanagashi festival? Cotton drifting 5 demon... What?
I love it when things turn out all over the top and manga-like. It'd be nice if we could have another thrilling club activity like this soon.
Never heard of it. She laughed with a smile that made you feel refreshed just looking out. At that moment, the shop owner came out carrying a paper bag. I wonder what it is. Is he giving it to us? Thank you everybody for today. Thanks to you, the event went really well. It's not much, but here's a little something for you guys.
Hey, Uncle Yoshiro? Isn't there a little something for me too? My. Quite an adorable one, is it not?
When Satoko and Rika-chan opened up the bag, there were cute little stuffed animals inside.
Whoa, they're so cute. Can I take them home? I really can?
That's adorable. Sonozaki, Da Vinci, Yoshiro. It is a genius. Which means there's something for me too? Oh, I got a pretty adorable one. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress, one you'd used to play house. Rena's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Satoko was the same and Rika-chan too.
Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least.
How do I say this? I could say it's pretty cute. Well, I guess it's cute and pretty. I can admit it's adorable, but a doll with a changeable clothes is...
Keep it and use it as a prize for next game. If you walked around with it, then you'd be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow. Definitely.
Mion didn't have to go that far. This wasn't something a guy like me should be carrying around. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. However, after briefly reconsidering, I gave it to Reina instead. There's nothing wrong with a guy having a doll.
Aww, Mion wanted it.
You're giving it to me? To Reina? Thank you!
Just protecting myself.
He should have used it as a reward.
If I didn't give it to Reina, then walking the streets at night would be scary.
No doubt, no doubt.
I've thought about giving it to Mion, but it just didn't feel right.
You know it. I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy.
It's better that you're a girl. If you were a boy, I would have killed you already.
You should kill me while you still can.
They're doing this on purpose.
If you don't, Keiichi, you might not live to regret it.
Is that backshadowing? Because it's not foreshadowing. This is chapter 2 already.
It's foreshadowing for you. Or
Mion...
backshadowing.
Is backshadowing a thing?
Yeah.
Mion laughed after saying such an ominous line. Everybody laughed heartily along with her. Ask God to make you a boy in your next life. I'll also have him make me a boy.
Then together, the two of us will start with taking over the country as a warm-up.
Mion-chan, if you don't get going soon, the shop owner told her meekly. A lot of us looked like we were having a lot of fun, so it must have been hard to put a wet blanket on things. Backshadowing, also known as remembering. No, it's backshadowing.
Later then. I feel like backshadowing puts a different sort of meaning on it.
Backshadowing sounds sophisticated.
That too.
Like a stylistical device.
Today was really fun. I'll see you later, guys. Tomorrow at school.
Don't be late for work. Everybody waved their hands and watched as Mion left. Before I knew it, the sun was already setting and the breeze carried a hint of chill.
Should we play for a bit more in town? Or should we go home? The road gets scary when it's dark.
Then I guess it's time to leave. We certainly caused a ruckus today.
We sure did. Okay, let's go home. And that is a beautiful moment for us to go home as well. Well, not go home, but call it a night.
Same thing.
I expected this to not be as long, but I don't mind.
Oh, it's fine. We don't need to finish.
Wait, did I make one save?
You did one.
Safety save. Did I get it?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Oh.
Tifa, how are you liking dipping your feet back into Higurashi?
I look forward to seeing what will come in this one. I'm trying to remember what the background was on the title screen in chapter 1. Like, was that something?
The town.
The town?
Yeah, I know specifically because I prepared the thumbnails already. And for the background, I take the background from the starting screen menu.
Because I was wondering if that was something that also came back.
No, it's that blurry or blurred, like kind of purple pinkish shot of the town.
Okay, then it's hard to say for now if there's any foreshadowing.
Well, the first, kind of, I guess, because
the town is very general.
The first chapter sets up Hinamizawa. I mean, there's multiple main characters, but everything is about Hinamizawa. It gets like the world is being built.
Well, they already mentioned that we're gonna get more into the background of this town.
I mean, this chapter is called Watanagashi, so I guess the focus is the Watanagashi, which is held at the temple.
Well, that's probably the basement.
Something like that.
I think this one is longer than chapter 1, if I recall.
I want to say so. Yes.
We're gonna...
It's not a bad thing necessarily.
No, just need to find good save points.
Yeah. I don't like want to cut it off in the middle of something, because, unless that makes for a really annoying cliffhanger, of course. Because I'm an asshole.
Well, I have a feeling sometimes we won't really have a choice. And by choice, saying...
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Because some of the scenes go on a long time. Like if there's something like the competition, there is no good point.
That's the problem when you play a game like this. If you're doing it for the first time, you don't know where a good moment to break is.
Yeah.
So, gotta do what you gotta do. I'm still slightly confused what they're gonna do with this chapter.
Well, they already mentioned it, so we shouldn't be that confused.
Yes. I mean,
it was a whole thing in the after party.
No, my point is, if you know, the more you do that, the worse you make it, because you're really bad at stretching.
Yeah, I am, but I need to get moving. Oh.
Tifa yearns for exercise.
I've had an 8-hour train trip today.
That's on you.
I've been home for like an hour before stream.
Should have worked from home. Do I need to remind you that starting this Sunday, we are gym members?
Yeah, I remember.
Are you looking forward to it?
No.
That's the answer I expected, but not the answer I wanted. I was trying to say, well, if you give me a game with multiple chapters and you tell me a linear story in the first chapter, and then in the following chapter you go back to, I'm guessing, times in between the stuff we witnessed in the first one?
Well, I think
that
for
confuses me, because
just don't compare it to the first one for now.
I don't compare it. No, it's not about comparison.
Or connect it to the first one.
But it is connected.
Yeah, of course it's all connected, but like
don't
do that story-wise.
in the timeline.
Yeah, don't do that yet.
The thing in my head is, there is 8 chapters, 4 questions, 4 answer arcs, as has been pointed out earlier. Somehow in my head I was thinking we're gonna go like back in time, we're gonna have a chapter that plays like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever, so that like we see all of these things happening, maybe with a different set of characters.
Could still happen.
And now I'm beginning to think the entirety of the 8 chapters is the time, roughly, between the Maebaras coming to Hinamizawa and him dying. And then the solution. And basically, every chapter fills in some gaps. Like the first one tells you bits and pieces, then the second one gives you additional bits and pieces.
Yeah, that could be.
Always like referencing each other.
But I think they're still gonna flesh out the whole story first. The history, the whole demon thing.
Yeah, but I want to say I've never read a story or watched a movie. Maybe a movie, but I've never really read a story that takes like, I'm just gonna guess, like 8 turns through the same time period to tell you the whole thing.
Excuse me? We've been through games where you go 100 times through the same time period to tell you the story.
The Zero Escape series doesn't count.
I've never played a game like this, but this one, and this one don't count.
It's not a common thing in the games I've played in my life. You have 3 examples over my 32-year period of playing video games.
I wouldn't disagree, but still.
Oh well. I guess it's time for Tifa to do exercises or whatever ails her.
No, it's time for Tifa to just go to bed.
This is now sleepy Tifa movements.
I also went through my back just before, right? No, I didn't go through my back. I pulled a muscle.
She pulled a muscle
in my back.
On the first day of our long weekend trip.
Yeah, which was a lot of fun. And it's
That
still
really
like a doll kind of feeling.
Doll or dull?
Doll.
I still cannot tell which one you said. The way you pronounced that middle sound was
You know, you
exactly...
can just fill it in the context here, right?
No, I don't. Because I specifically...
Why would I say doll?
Because maybe you're feeling stiff like a puppet. I know I'm giving you too much credit.
Anyway, we're gonna call it a night. We'll be back on Sunday with some more Higurashi. And I have nothing more to say, actually.
I don't recall if I made that joke already during chapter 1.
Oh,
if I did, I'm sorry. But I need to do it again, potentially. Or for the first time in my life, I don't know. Do you think that at some point they're gonna make a spin-off sequel, whatever, to Higurashi called Shigurashi, where the main character is a girl?
It's quite bad, and I think you've made it already before.
I don't recall.
But I don't remember if it might have been on or off screen.
I don't recall.
But I hear you say it
already. But I made
already.
myself cry with that one.
Just like everyone.
I'm proud of myself. I am proud of myself.
As long as you are. Streamline.
Oh, my neck. Can you put my head back, please?
Streamline back.
Thank you. That one is new, but even worse than usual.
I would give this one like a 2.
Wow. I only did it so that you don't feel as bad when we are gonna head out now. You know, so that you don't miss us too much.
Because of the day in between?
Yes. And that.
Well, I'm pressing the button for you now.
Please do. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us and watching the beginning of chapter 2 of Higurashi. We'll be back on Sunday with more. Bye!
Bye!
Thank you.